and everybody has all their stuff. And what do you guys want to do?
I have a question here. If I choose, do I still choose 2 skills from the fighter class from multi-classing into it?
Get the
No.
skills and
No, you do not. You only get the skills from your original class.
Okay. And then my secondary question is, how do I go about adding the feats?
What feats?
if you the fighter on your class level, then you get the extra abilities in your abilities tab automatically.
Which feats are you talking about, Richard?
It's chosen. I'm looking here, and it looks like it's chosen. Looks for the fighting style. It looks like it's chosen defense for me.
Was the original one. That was your original, and you should see another entry of fighting style which doesn't have anything after it.
Yes, I see that.
New one from the fighter. To choose one and enter manually, and depends on what you choose. Rob might help you to edit some of your abilities so it takes it into consideration.
You can just the fighting style defense is from your paladin, I believe. So you can, on the one that's blank, you can just open that one and choose one. And I believe you can't take defense again. Yeah, you can't choose more. You can't choose a fighting style more than once. So you have to take something else instead of defense, either archery, dueling, great weapon fighting, protection, whatever you want to take.
Weapons are your character is using? The one was with the 2 one-handed ones, right?
He's got the Tinder Strike and Wind Vane. Yeah.
I was gonna go into 2-weapon fighting, but do I just type that in?
On defense, on the line that's there, the one that doesn't say defense, yeah, just type it and just add it on there. It's more of a note to remember what you're doing rather than anything that does anything, automation. And I added second wind to your powers, so for you. So it's there.
Thank you. How do I work in the extra damage to my second attack?
What is the extra damage?
Basically, if you fight with 2 weapons, then you wouldn't add the ability bonus on the second weapon's damage. With 2 weapon fightings, you get that for both weapons. I don't know if it's actually taken into. I don't know if you actually wielding the 2 weapons at the same time and not just throwing or whatever.
Well, it says you can add your ability modifier to the damage of the second attack.
Yeah, right. But that's, as I was saying, the original rule would be that if you use 2 weapons, then on the main weapon you add the ability to the damage, but on the second you wouldn't get it. And if you look into your weapons and look at the damage marks, I don't know if your character is actually added that bonus before that she wouldn't get the bonus.
No, actually, to be honest, what's been happening is Lordaeron's been fighting illegally by using Wind Vane and Tinder Strike, and not on the second attack, not getting the bonus. She has been getting the bonus. So now what will happen is we'll just leave everything the same. You'll get all the bonuses, only it'll be legal now since you have 2-weapon fighting.
Wait, I already have a bonus?
Well,
before
let me do it so that we're not both talking.
Sorry.
So before, Richard, your character was fighting with 2 weapons, and normally, unless you have 2-weapon fighting as a specific thing that you do now as a fighter 1, you do not get the strength bonus on the second attack. You get the weapon damage, the 1d6 or the 1d4 or whatever it is, alone without a bonus. What 2-weapon fighting does is allows you to add that bonus. However, you've been playing your character, and so had the person prior to you, with adding the bonus. It's just something I didn't catch as a DM. So now the feat you've just taken has making what you've been doing and what the character before you had been doing all illegally the entire game since the very beginning. It makes it legal now. You follow me?
Okay. So is the damage of the weapon the bonus, or is the damage to the attack the bonus?
No,
I mean,
two
the roll
weapon
attacks.
fighting only has to do with what damage you do. You either get the bonus on your offhand weapon or you don't, and now you will be getting it. But my point that I'm making is that you had already been getting it, but that's just because I didn't catch it and it had been being done illegally.
Right, and I understand that, which I didn't do intentionally.
No,
But I'm just
absolutely
trying to
not.
say,
I'm sure the person
I'm
that
trying to,
made the character before you didn't do that either, but I just didn't catch it.
I'm just trying to figure out, is that the +5 there?
Yeah. So this
Okay.
whole time, you should not have been getting the +5 on your second attack.
Basically,
Okay.
if you click on the magnifying glass next to the weapon, you will see that the damage in the stat has base. That means that it gets the damage bonus.
Right. Yeah. That's okay.
You can see that yes, it was already added. Basically,
Right. I thought I explained. I'm trying to not confuse Richard Adam. I'm trying to give him the minimum of information to not
Okay, sorry.
confuse him. So yeah, please don't. I think he understands now. So basically, what I'm saying is by taking two weapon fighter or two weapon whatever it's called, we need to make no changes on your sheet, and you can just continue to play as you have been playing. Only instead of it being unintentionally illegal, it will now be fine.
Okay, very cool. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry for the
Nope,
uproar on
and
that.
that's my bad because I didn't catch it. That went by me the whole last 38 sessions and I never caught it. So now that it's come up, I went to look at your weapons and I'm like, wait, he's already got these. So that's how I found out. So it's fine. So props to you and the person before you who played that character who did way more damage than they ever should have. Okay, so you guys are there, and what would you like to do?
Say since we took a little break and we're fine with health, shall we continue along this road and see where it leads?
Let's go, let's go.
Okay, so you're got where you're standing now. You guys have about what your vision can see. So if you move, you'll see more. And look at the brave person going straight over.
I do believe that even though right now we're bringing it seems like we're running ahead, my character is trying to wait for the others and we try to keep peace. So I guess if we would trigger combat, just wait for everything to take position because I'm not gonna run ahead that much.
I understand exactly what you're saying. Okay, so I'll show you guys what you see here. So you see just a little bit ahead of you, it starts to get more narrow, and there's nothing here because what should be here, you've already killed.
Yay! Let's just keep exploring. I like finding shit.
Prefer to find treasure.
I think she's trying to find her meow meow. Well, I mean, not her meow meow, but the hammer.
Exactly. I have meow meow. Now I need the hammer.
No, and did you read the note about meow meow, Susie?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, so I get so if I use it, all right, thrown, we already know what that does. If I throw it, I get like the bonuses and stuff like that. But using it melee, am I still getting the bonus, or is it just going to be the modifier?
It's just the modifier. So the bonus,
Okay.
there's two bonuses. One is just the regular bonus for having it, but that only works when it's thrown. And then there's another bonus if you do it against a giant thing, but it's all automatic. Your weapon is coded in the combat tracker, so you don't have to do anything except attack.
Sweet.
And it will know if you're doing melee or ranged, and it'll fix whatever the hell happens.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
I guess the only difference between melee and ranged is the damage only.
Right.
I'm okay with that.
Also, we know about the Paladin auras not stacking anymore.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I found that out. That was in an errata. I guess it wasn't clear in the player's handbook, but any power or any effect that has the same name does not stack. So temp, hit points, auras, all that stuff.
kind of assumed as well, if you remember, but yeah.
Okay, so let's see. You guys can see in here a little bit. That looks like it might be mud. That other weird stuff that doesn't look like everything else.
Yeah, let's try and stay away from that.
And it's flowing in some manner.
Which direction is it
Okay.
flowing in?
I will tell you, because now that you guys are in here, I'll show you the whole thing.
Magria's way behind Zook. What happened?
Shh, I'm in the rear with the gear. Yeah, I am the junk in that trunk.
Are you the DM that has like a phallic symbol in every one of your maps?
That's not me. Not that I know of, anyway. Okay, so a river of thick mud gushes from a fissure in one wall. I'm assuming that would be there. Running a short way before gathering into a swirling pool. Standing next to the pool is an earth elemental encased in armor and several small creatures composed of thick, dripping mud. And I guess since that's true, there must be an encounter here that I have to populate.
Oh, look, mudmen. Yay.
They don't seem to attack. I will do some nasty thing.
Yeah, if they're not going to poke at us, I'm not going to poke at them. We're good. Oh, but they're
Let's
gonna poke
see.
at us.
Their Myrmidon is protective of the pool and attacks intruders. Oh, well, that's pretty clear. Okay, so roll initiative.
Shit.
Fight, fight! Oh, sorry.
Oh, I got to give Zook his initiative. Hold on. Okay. If only I knew where Method 3 was. I do not see Method 3.
It's off the map so far.
Yep, he somehow didn't make it on the map, so guess what?
He's dead.
That's right, there is no Method 3. I'm going to say that he is drowning in the pool or something. So, Megriel, it is your go.
All right, well, I'm going to scoot my happy dwarven butt around Zook and to there. And then I am going... Can I get to that little bastard? Yes, I'm going to chuck my hammer at that little at method number 8.
Okay.
Is Lordodon in my way, or am I clear of her?
Not really. You're clear.
No. That's what I thought, but I couldn't really tell. All right, here we go. Why is it rolling twice for me on that one?
Did you double click?
Yeah.
It
I
seems
did, but...
you did. It seems you double clicked. Did you use a hotkey?
No, I didn't use a hotkey.
Okay, I think it just attacked twice because. Oh no, you had yourself targeted for some reason.
Huh?
It says
That's...
yeah, it says you missed yourself, so you did hit the mud method. And I show that your current target is just the mud method, so go ahead and roll damage.
All right.
I'm really glad you missed yourself.
Yeah, me too.
And you damaged him. And
Oh yeah.
Nice
baby.
damage.
And that'll kick my turn.
okay, so Zook is of course going to shoot. If I can find his attacks.
But
Here we go.
hopefully not at Lordaeron. He's targeting Lordaeron.
He did not mean to do that.
It's a big idea. Jesus.
Yeah, what's the big idea? Okay, so he's gonna do his sharpshooter.
A turncoat.
And he kills that one. And he will shoot again. And do damage to that one. So let me get rid of the one that died. And it is Mud Mephit 1. Who moves closer. And does nothing. So Gimrick.
Healthy. I'm just gonna start walking to that Mud Mephit one who came closer and have at it.
Okay. How about you? Hey, Racer, what's up?
I'd like to move there.
Okay. It's a miss.
Slippery one.
It's got mud all over it. You did hit, though.
Oh,
Damn.
22. Shit.
still alive?
Still alive.
Let's make it to the butt of the joke.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
That's a hit. And that kills it. And when it does, when you kill it, it blows up. And you
Great.
succeed on your save to avoid what happens when it blows up.
Shit.
Careful, they blow up.
Oh, wait.
Fine.
Did you... Oh, hold on a second. Yeah, it's dying. Muffet 18. Muffet 18, I mean. There we go. No, Muffet 1. Okay, anything else for Gimrick?
Oh, that's gonna be end.
Okay, this 14 comes closer. This Muffet number 2, Muffet, Mud Muffet, that had been hit earlier is trying to run away. And number 5 is going to move closer. And, oh, the Earth Elemental. Hello. Crazy. He moves toward Gimrick, so Gimrick will get his
Yep.
his thing.
Does that hit?
It is a miss.
Oh crap.
So he's going to do his maul attack on Gimrick. He's going to do a second maul attack on Gimrick.
You can certainly
And he
try.
misses both times, so you avoid his massive attack.
Nice.
And now it is Lordaeron.
Okay, I'm gonna move up there. And do what I always do. No!
Which is fumble. Treasure.
Oh my god!
If there is treasure for this encounter, there is none.
God damn.
All right, that does it. Lordaeron, you're out. You're out. You're out. We're gonna excise you when we're all done with
I
this.
will just tell you now, since you guys are probably wondering about it, that there was in fact no treasure in this encounter anyway.
Oh god.
Don't worry, we
Okay.
think that there was, and we will take it off his payment.
Well, you don't lose anything. And
What?
What the
oh my
hell?
god, a 1 in 400 chance, and he pulls it off. But the table didn't trigger, so nothing happens.
Oh
Awesome.
my god.
That's awesome. I love it.
Man, please exercise me.
Did you forget to eat your Wheaties this morning?
Oh,
He did
God.
not eat his Wheaties. And Meg, it's your turn.
Awesome.
Carnation instant breakfast, everybody.
There, and I'm gonna target that little bastard, and I'm gonna throw my thingy at him.
How dare you? Okay, I'll move you.
I don't know if that was a hit or not.
It is a hit.
Sweet.
And he takes damage.
And there we go.
Okay, so Zook is going to shoot at this thing. Yeah, the elemental. He's going to try and sharpshoot it. Boom. He'll try that again. Boom. And let me check something here first. Let's see, 18.
Sorry. Take that away. I had some crap on my screen, and I have my computer screen is touch screen, and I was trying to wipe it away, forgetting that it was touch screen. That stuff never happened.
Okay. So it is Gimrick's turn.
And I just try to what I usually.
Okay.
And I might actually use Divine Smite at this point,
Okay.
if I hit.
That's a miss.
Let's try again.
That is a miss. But
What?
that is a miss.
Oh my
Okay.
god!
No, everybody didn't eat their Wheaties.
It's
I
just
guess
warm up,
not.
Just
Okay.
warming up.
Yeah, just warming up. Anything else for Gimrick?
That's all.
Okay, Mud Meth at 14 is going to come down, and Gimrick will get his reaction if he so chooses.
Yes, he does.
Poke him!
Pokemon. That's
And
a hit,
that is
right?
a hit. Yes, it is.
So I shouldn't have used the Great Weapon Mastery on this attack, right?
This is just a normal.
Well,
Yeah, it's a normal attack.
more bonus higher, so that's hit as well, and I just roll normal damage then.
Right. Okay, so he's going to. Let's see. He is going to try to mud breath you.
Mud breath.
Mud breath.
Isn't
Everybody
that something you
convert your
have
house.
after a night of heavy drinking?
It might be, but
Usually played by women.
he restrains Gimrick, and restraint can be broken by a Dexterity 11 saving throw at the end of each of your turns. And
Does it give any other thing on me? Can I attack or whatever?
no, you're restrained. So restrained just means that restrained means that your speed is 0 and that you can't benefit from any speed bonus, and that attack rolls against you have advantage and yours have disadvantage, but you can still attack, and you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. So when you make your saving throw to save against the restrained, you will be at disadvantage on that saving throw. But it's all automatic because the Fantasy Grounds has applied it to you. However, he is going to try to hit you with his fist. And he crits you.
Shit.
Ouch.
And it is now Mephit 2, who is running.
Just a flesh wound.
And Mud Mephit 5. We're going to come here and try to breathe his mud breath on Megriel, who fails her save and is restrained for 1 minute, and then we'll try to hit you. And does.
Jesus.
And you take 3 damage. And it is now the Earth Elemental.
Did they get these restraining orders?
Who has shifted his focus to Lordaeron with his.
God.
Oh, and it's a hit.
Holy canoodles, Batman.
And this is a hard hit. 25.
Jesus.
Oh, ow.
Jumping jellyfish!
And from that hit, there is a save which Lordaeron passes with flying colors and is not knocked prone. And will now just be attacked a second time and missed.
Jesus.
It is
Christ.
go time in the valley. I don't know if it's a valley, but I just call it that. So it's Lordaeron.
Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is what's it called? Oh God, who do I pick? I think I'm gonna pick the guy who can hit 3 times. I'm going to use Lesser Restoration on him, which is a level 2 spell that should remove. I can either end 1 disease or 1 condition afflicting him. So I'm gonna end the mud restraint thing.
Okay, Gimrick is no longer restrained.
Okay. Now because I cast that, am I still able to attack, or is it at the end of my turn?
No, it's a second level spell, so that's an action, right? Unless it was a bonus action.
Okay.
I think Lesser Restoration's an action, right?
Let me look.
If it's a
one action.
spell. Yeah, I was gonna say if it's a spell and not like Channel Divinity, it's an action.
Well, that's not always true though, because I know Healing Word is a spell and it's a bonus action. So sometimes they are.
A lot of bonus action spells.
Okay, so yeah, Lordaeron, you can move or do a bonus action, but you cannot attack.
Okay. I'm going to Jesus. No, I think I'm just gonna stay here.
Okay.
And then switch my turn.
Okay, so round 3, Meg, you are restrained, but you can attack.
Oh boy, but I'm at disadvantage to attack, right?
Correct. It will do it automatically.
Nah, I think I'm going to take a page out of Loderon's book and cast Lesser Rest on myself and be done with it.
Ooh, no longer
Get this crap
restrained.
off.
Okay, that's good. So you're not restrained anymore. Get this crap off me.
Sweet.
Anything
Yeah,
else?
pretty. Nah, I'm just going to chill it.
Okay, so Zook is going to take his 2 shots.
That's right, because he's going to take care of my light work for me.
He sharpshoots at the elemental and misses. He does it again, and he hits. And he does damage, 16 damage. And it's Gimrick.
Okay, these Mephits are really annoying, so I'm gonna try to slay them first.
Okay.
So the one that I'm already targeting gets a slap with my glaive.
Okay. And that is a hit. And that does a lot of damage to him.
Unfortunately, it doesn't kill it. I'm gonna attack the other one first,
Okay.
and I'm gonna use Divine Smite if I can hit.
Okay. Gamer Funk. It's a sticky funk breath.
Does it hit?
It does hit, yes, sir.
Cool. Then I'm gonna use a first level slot with it.
Okay.
If I can find it, where did I put it?
It's gonna do massive damage.
Okay, I unfortunately I closed the powers accidentally. Okay, that's not what I wanted to. That was the Divine Smite damage.
Okay, so roll your
And that's the normal.
there you go. Okay, so you killed it.
Jesus.
And when you kill it, what happens?
It blows up.
It blows up.
Oh, yay. And we're at ground zero. Yay.
Just love enemies that blow up.
They're so much fun.
Gimrick succeeds on his save. Lordaeron fails and is restrained.
Damn it. I knew it. I knew it. When they blew up, they fucking restrain you.
And Magria should get +2 total from us.
Okay. Let's see. Restrained. It says restrained until the end of the creature's next turn. So this is initiative 3.
Why did I make him restrained?
Say that again, Adam.
The chat log says that I made Lordaeron restrained.
Yeah, that's because it's on your turn in the chat in the combat tracker. It's currently your turn, so that's why it did that. But I'm not going to take the time to go and change it, fix it, change it back, and all that stuff. But yeah, you're right.
Looking at Lordaeron, I would restrain her sometimes.
So pay attention to that, Richard, because I set it so that so that you're restrained until initiative 3, which means it should go through. I'm going to change that to 2. Because it's got to cycle through you once and then take it off after the next time that creature would have gone, since he's actually not there. So I got to make sure that's right. Okay, so I did Gimrick, I did Lordaeron, got to do Megriel.
No, I still have my bonus attack.
No, I'm still doing the
Oh, sorry,
restraints.
yeah, just remember.
She would have got a 9, so or even a 10. That's still a failure. So she's restrained.
Damn.
That blows.
I know, right?
When this big guy over here is doing 25 damage per hit, it's pretty scary.
Let's make it 1. Okay, so then they are not immune to restraint, so he also gets 1. Mephit 14 has to make a save. And he fails, and he's restrained. Go figure. So restrained. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Right, so I did them all. Okay. So get rid of that guy. And now you can continue your turn.
Let's blow that guy up as well.
All right, he's restrained, so I believe you'll have advantage on him.
Yep,
and you
seems
hit.
like I do.
And he's dying, and he will.
Blow. He's gonna blow!
He's going to paralyzed, petrified, poison, prone. Oh, that's not restrained. So the elemental is going to get a restraining save. And he fails, and he's restrained. This could turn out to be a good thing. And Gimrick himself fails miserably, and he's restrained.
Shit, what are these
right.
rolls?
Okay, so anything else on Gimrick's turn?
No, that ends my turn.
Okay, so Mephit 2 has run away. Earth Elemental is restrained, and his thing didn't recharge. So he's just going to try to continue his attacks at disadvantage. And he does 2 attacks, and the 20 he rolled doesn't count, and he misses twice. And it's Lordaeron.
So let's see if I'm still possessed. Whoa, that is not what I meant to do.
That is a hit. I thought you were restrained.
Oh, yeah, I am restrained. I should have disadvantage, shouldn't I?
Well, yeah, it didn't. It took restrained off you for some reason. So those effects are. I shouldn't do that. I was just being lazy, and I was applying them from Gimrick. And I in the future I need to not do that. So that's my bad. That's my lesson that I just learned, and I'm going to give you the hit. So go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, thank you.
By the way, can you edit the effect and set what the turn order is, or did you do that and didn't work properly?
I'm going to ask you to say that again, Adam, because I didn't. The only thing I understood was properly.
Sorry. So just asking that, did you set up the turn order for the effect and it didn't work properly, or you didn't do that?
I set up the turn order, but I applied
I
it.
mean, the initial.
The initiative order, yeah, I just did it wrong. I wasn't, I was trying to not like take all day to bog the game down and stop and figure out the effects. So I was just trying to do my best to go very fast, and I must have just did it wrong.
Yeah, sure. I'm just asking. So if for tomorrow when I play with my party, if I do the same, I have to
Yeah,
pay
just
attention to that.
the best advice I can give you is switch the combat tracker to the actual person who's doing whatever effects it is, and then target people and roll it, and then switch the turn back to the person whose turn it is. That's the way you should do it. I was just being lazy.
Yeah, that sounds like an idea.
Would you like me to just mark disadvantage on the
Please.
next roll? Okay.
So that's a miss.
Damn, that's pretty high too, though. Okay.
Well, you have advantage because he's restrained, but you have disadvantage, so it's basically a regular roll. And you're saying 17 misses? Yeah, he's got a high AC. Okay, so round 4. Megril, you are restrained.
Yes, I am. However, I'm going to cast Flame Strike at that little butt nut right there.
All right.
We don't give no shits about restraint.
Exactly.
I don't know why it did it twice.
Neither do I.
You must have. The only thing that can happen is you must have accidentally clicked it more than once, but he failed anyway. So go ahead and do your
Roll that
worst.
beautiful bead-footed.
Jesus.
Flame strike 8d6, huh?
46 fire plus 46 radiant.
Nice. He takes all of that
Yep.
damage.
Burn.
Yeah. Take it.
Holy.
Dirty
You had
little
3 ones in there. Jesus Christ.
Zook is going to do his thing. And he kills it.
Sweet.
And Mud Mephit 2 has gone along the way. He ran away. So
So
if the character, yeah, I'm reading. The characters
Sorry.
observed gave notice for a few minutes. Okay, so other than the mud and the dead bodies that you have here, there is nothing else in this area. And there was no treasure.
I look at the mud and I tried the butt of my glaive to see how deep that thing is. Not the swirl, but at the part where I'm standing, roughly.
Okay, that requires me to open another thing and read and tell you how deep the mud is. 1 second.
Sorry.
That's okay. It is 3 feet deep. 6 feet wide and 3 feet deep. And it's just flowing mud. It doesn't otherwise look dangerous to you, but it's mud, so you probably don't want to, get in it. But it is flowing, and the direction it's flowing,
I guess towards the swirl where it sunks.
yeah, it is flowing that way, and then it's swirling and swirling, and you can assume just by observing it that if you get in it and swirl, it probably will go down, and that's bad.
While I'm holding my glaive in, how strong is the flow?
Not very strong. Strong enough that if you got in it and just released yourself to the universe and did nothing, it would suck you in. but not strong enough that you couldn't get out if you wanted to get out.
So, for example, if I did a pole vault, then I wouldn't be affected at all, kinda.
Well, you wouldn't be affected if you did it in an area that wasn't the swirl. Because you can
That's
assume
what
that
I
where
meant.
it's swirling, it's probably endlessly deep there. But, you know, like here, whoops, hold on. Don't hold shift push to talk while you're trying to draw, Rob. That's the whole thing. So we'll say there, you put a pole in there, it's just going to sink forever. Whereas here, it's just 3 feet deep.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Okay, look at the others and ask, shall we give chase or look at south first?
I'm not chasing them down. I don't run unless there's cupcakes involved, and there ain't no cupcakes involved.
Well, we can go south. It looks like there might be a passage to the north. Hmm.
Sorry,
What do you
guys,
guys think is for?
can I get 5 minutes? Sorry, quickly.
Sure. Yes, if anybody else, I think I'm going to actually take a little bit of a bio break here. So let's take 5, guys. Taking 5 minutes, everybody. I'll even set a timer.
Cheep, 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 cheep.
Cheap, 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 cheap.
I can't do real cricket sounds. Come on.
Have you seen the musical? Is it Music Man? I think.
Yes.
Okay, you
Is it?
reminded me. You reminded me of the women and the barbershop quartet singing together.
Yeah, we come from a very Methodist town, so yeah, dinner theater is like huge out here.
What's dinner theater?
Dinner theater is they have dinner and the people from the churches put on a play. They've done Brigadoon, they've done Fiddler on the Roof, they've done Godspell and JCS and you name it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Ask Jeff about playing Fiedka.
Fiedka. What's that?
Fiedka is from Fiddler on the Roof. Fiedka is the Fiddler on the Roof.
I've always wanted to see Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh, sorry, he's correcting me. Fiedka is the soldier that took Hava away from Tevye. Tevye is, of course, the father.
Okay.
But are we talking Fiddler on the Roof?
Yes, we are. Jeff played Fiedka.
my god, that's adorable. Hold on, Susie, I'm gonna tag you in something.
Okay, I went and saw if Tad's still marked away, so I don't think is done with what he was doing yet.
Aw.
Let's see. And then one of you has not marked that you're ready.
Adam.
I did mark myself ready.
Oh,
It was Richard.
I was looking
it
away,
was
yeah.
Richard.
How dare you? Okay, so you guys are there with the mud, and there's south, and there does appear to be a way around to the north as well. So, and then there's back the way you came. You guys think
I
that
don't
you could cross that mud probably uneventfully.
What do you guys think?
You
North
could
or
even
south?
go around it, down by the. You could even go around it if you had to.
So it's the age-old question between north versus south then.
Yeah,
It is.
left or right? Which one is it?
Well, we're closer to south. As long as we don't forget about north, then I'm down with either.
So if go down
I'm
to the
good with
south,
that.
I think the mud will prevent others to actually rush after us. So I'm gonna try to pole vault through the mud where it seems the thinnest.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get my boots.
Using what?
Glaive.
And how long is your glaive? Do you imagine?
Let me try to check. It is reach and two-handed, so it at least has a 10 feet reach.
Okay, you're gonna pole vault. Roll a d20 for me in the window and do not get a 1. Okay, you pole vault right across.
Nice. Look at
I
us
was so
short
scared.
people just,
Everybody else is wading across the. I guess just getting a little muddy feet. Zuko will walk across with muddy feet. He doesn't care. I got to give you guys the
Thinking
XP
about
for that
throwing
last.
some over. I was thinking about throwing some people over, but they might have taken it badly.
Just fucking toss us.
Yeah, just
there is no dwarf tossing here.
okay.
some
Midget
So
tossing.
Call me a tosser, but yeah.
Excuse you, I am a gnome. I'm not a midget.
But you're
okay,
so cute,
so
pinchy cheek, pinchy cheek.
this splits as you guys come up this way.
All right, left or right?
If
I'm
I
saying right. Just because.
if my memory is fine, then if you go to the left, that might lead us back to the original room, and then at least we can finish that off.
All right, fine. Left it is.
This area is perfect for random encounters. I'm not going to put a random encounter there. Didn't you say to the left as you are? Yeah, I when you said left, I thought you meant left on the map, not left as it is you walking south, and to your left is actually to the right.
Sorry.
Very hard to interpret what people mean. It's like when someone says turn the air conditioning up. Do you mean turn the number up or turn the power up? Okay, so you guys get here. And you hear blood-curdling screams coming from the cave in front of where you're going.
Do they sound human?
It lasts only a few seconds, and then it stops suddenly.
I try a perception check to listen and that what else is there, maybe.
Okay, you can do that.
I'm gonna start running as fast as my little dwarfy legs will carry me in that direction.
Same.
Okay. In that case. I will tell you what you see. Once you get to there, everybody can roll initiative.
I just
Humanoid.
hope we can save whoever it was.
Humanoid bones litter the floor of this cavern. Some skeletons are partially intact, their rib cages shattered by boulders lying atop of them. Only one skeleton remains whole, and it clutches to its chest an open-faced steel helmet decorated with a golden circlet above the brow, from which 7 small gold spikes project upward. And everybody has rolled initiative. Yes, I guess I gotta do Zook. Hold on. Okay. And I might have made a little error there. As Lordaeron gets into the room, this the ghost figure appears and screams, "Thieves, learn from my folly! Even in death, the dwarves of Belsimer guard their fabled treasure." And then right when he does that, these other 4 specters show up, and it is go time. However, he yells that, actually, but does not attack. So what do you guys do?
I asked Magriel if she's a dwarf of, what did you just say? Dulsan?
Belsimer?
Belsimer. Hey, Magriel, are you a dwarf of Belsimer?
No.
Hey, Magriel, next time I ask if you're a dwarf of Belsimer, you say yes.
Oh, is it like the "Are you a god" question?
I guess it must be.
Could be.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
So,
I roll any
I'd like
history or anything, sorry, if I know anything about the dwarfs of Belsimer?
I'm gonna say, since I don't know as the DM about the Dwarfs of Belsimer, no, you do not know anything about the Dwarfs of Belsimer.
Okay.
Yeah, if I had maybe read this entire book cover to cover, I might have that information, but I have failed my job in that area.
That's okay.
I played this as a player, but we are way beyond where I played as a player, so I'm just DMing by like what information I have.
So the ghost might be bullshitting as well.
This ghost is speaking to you, and he wants to tell you that his name is Rulek, and that he was killed by the specters here in this room, and has become a ghost, and would like to ask if you are willing to help him kill these specters.
Sure.
At this point,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna use my divine sense to check whether they're is that fine to sense whether they are evil? Yes, that should be. So
Your divine sense tells you yes, they are evil.
Oh, goody.
But you do detect that the ghost is not.
in that case, I come in the room.
Okay, well, you're in initiative,
That
so
far. Sorry. Yeah.
yeah, so it's Megriel's turn right now. And
yeah, baby.
you move closer, and how do you respond to the ghost's plea?
The power of Christ compels thee. Yeah, this bitch gonna turn undead.
Already did.
So we'll go womp,
Yourself.
womp, womp, and womp, womp.
Okay, so 3 of them failed.
Okay.
And Spectre 1 succeeded, so you turned the other ones.
That's fine.
Do you have the turned effect?
I actually have the destroy undead, but you know.
Oh, right. To what CR level?
It does not tell me, but hold on, I can apply the effect.
Oh no, don't apply the effect. Don't apply the effect. Because it does tell you. You just have to look it up. It should if you open the path.
Hold on. Give me a second.
I'm trying to look it up. Destroy
level
undead.
8
Starting at 5th
CR
level, when an undead fails its saving throw against your
Yeah,
turn
1
undead
or
feature,
lower. So you destroy them.
Yeah.
Okay, so you destroy 8. You destroy 13. And you destroy 2.
Good shit, Meg.
Nice job.
I know, right?
And I just want to look to see if... Yeah, Tad still shows yellow. Okay. Okay, so you destroy 3 of them. And the ghost...
And I'm good to go.
If it's possible, the ghost smiles. It says, yeah,
Yay.
thank you. And is Lordaeron.
Alright, I'm going to attack him with Wonders of Wonders. I'm going to attack him with my Tinder Strike.
Okay.
Is that a hit?
Yes, it is.
Alright, then I'm going to use... Where are you? I'm going to use Branding Smite.
Okay.
And then roll damage.
Roll perception check.
Okay, give me a sec. 1, 2...
Okay, you do damage, but you think that your piercing is not that effective, but everything else was.
Okay.
And you
I'm going to...
quite injure him, as a matter of fact.
But he's not dead, right?
Not dead. Well, he's undead, but he's still there.
Okay, then I'm going to attack him with my Wind Vein.
Okay. And that is a hit. And that is certainly going to kill him. And it does.
Awesome.
And with that, the ghost fades away and echoes sentiments of take it and thank you. And that crown is still there. And if you guys want to take it, you can take it.
I want to go to the cloud, close to the crown, but before touching it, I'm trying to use the divine smite to divine sense if it's evil or not.
Okay, I will tell you. It is not evil. at all.
Case I pick it up, and I say that, well, let's see later what can do, and then we decide who can benefit from it.
Works for me. Identify it later.
I don't like to put things with horns on my head without knowing what it does.
Oh, well, hell, if that's the case, I'll do it. I'll shove it on my head.
It sounded kind of like a crown to me.
I'm a guinea pig for anything. That's how. Remember how I got the new cool toy?
Okay, so you put it on your head, but you don't know anything about what it does. You can sense that there's definitely some sort of effect, but you have no idea what it is because you're not attuned to it.
I'll
So
just
you
walk
can-
around with it on.
You can walk around
looks
with it.
fun.
Okay,
It looks
first
fun.
test. Can you take it off?
Yes,
I try
she
to
can.
take it off.
Yeah, you can take it off.
Okay, bonus. It's not cursed. Cool.
Yay. Well, at least not like that.
Yeah. We'll just walk around for a while. Eventually, it'll tell me what it does.
Can I make an investigation or whatever to look around if there's anything else in the bones?
Sure.
I mean, honestly, Gimrick, if you want it, you can have it. You can be the guinea pig.
You can have it on your head, and when we identify it, we can decide who benefits it from the most.
Sounds good.
I mean, it looks pretty on you.
Oh.
And you investigate the rest of this area and discover that aside from dead bodies and bones, that the crown was the only thing that was here.
Shall we continue then?
Oh, let's go, let's go.
And for time's sake, and to try to save boredom, I will reveal this much of the map.
Which means
Which
I guess we
does
up-
not contain anything other than the passageways in which you would be walking in.
In that case, my question, shall we go back to the mud and go north? Or there was the other section down which we didn't follow?
Right.
I say we head back to the mud and go north. Let's see what we find.
You guys all want to do that?
Sure.
Okay, I'll move you up there.
And I'm pole vaulting again.
Okay, you guys can cross as easily as you did before. Adam, roll a d20 in the chat. Don't get a 1. Get the opposite of a 1. All right, so you guys all cross there, no problem.
Just at one point, at Lordaeron, you could use your second wind if you want to, and it heals you D10 plus 1, and you regain it at every short rest.
Okay, I forgot about that. Thank you.
I think I'm going to use mine as well.
Okay, you guys can do that.
Awesome.
Not so awesome.
Okay.
If you guys need healing, just say the word and I'll heal you up.
Just this gets back after every short rest, so why not?
All right, can do. Can do.
All right, so where to?
Gimrick and Lordaeron get stuck together as they try to enter the corridor together at the same time.
Okay, so you guys come down here and it kind of splits off, and that's what you see. Megriel is curing wounds.
Yep. I fucking hate this shit.
I wait until she finishes laying her hands on us.
Thank you for the healing, by the way, Meg.
Oh, no problems.
And Gimrick looks north and can kind of see into a room up there that has like the object is a stone slab. Yes, I'm assuming that Megriel was up there to touch people to cure them.
Yeah.
Wait her up. Probably look inside there. There's something in the distance.
Uh-oh,
Lord?
so somebody must be on top of somebody.
Yeah, Lord climbed me.
Okay. Yeah, so you can
I
see up
think-
north there, and it looks like it's opening into a room.
Ooh. Let's keep
Walk
going.
there and try to make a perception and look into what I see if I don't immediately see any enemies.
Okay, so you go there, and let me tell you what you see. Stone slabs line the walls of this cave. Weapons, pieces of armor, and various tools cover the slabs. In the middle of the chamber, steam rises from a well of boiling mud. This mud looks maybe familiar a little bit.
If we drop anything into that swirly thing, does it come up here?
You have no way of knowing that.
I mean, I kind of tell that us that from the others, probably just rhetorically.
Interesting.
Roll a stealth check, Gimrick. Okay, so these people see you, and everyone
Guys,
should roll initiative. Not necessarily going to be a fight, but we're going to take things in order if you decide to fight. So everybody roll initiative.
can they still catch up with me where they wanted to go before that?
No, because you moved and said that you looked, and so that's when the action happened.
Okay.
And Tad is still not here. He's very late.
So he's not late.
Well, he said he'd be here at 12:30. That was 45 minutes ago. Nah, I was gonna try and call him, but I mean, I'm sure that's not a good thing to do. If he's not here, he's not here. I mean, he's on curse, but he's marked away, so I'm sure he's still busy. Eraser, get a 1. So let's see. You guys get up here and see these people. Well, Gimrick does anyway. And those look like they're work tables, those stone slabs. And there's a guy here. He's working, and these guys are gonna kind of just all surrounding him, maybe guarding him. And he sees you and says, "Who goes there? Why do you come here?" This is the guy that's speaking is M.
Good day to you. It's run a surprise inspection. How is things going there?
A surprise inspection. I was told there would be no inspections of any kind, surprise or not. Who are you?
Well, it wouldn't be surprise if you were told about it.
I was told there would be no inspections at all, surprise or not.
Don't worry, it's not against you. We have to look around because there were certain attacks in other places, and we just need to check up if everything's proceeding properly in this place. Is everything fine? Did you see any intruders recently?
What is your name?
My name is Gimrick, and yours?
My name is Mirage Vizan, but you should already know that. Why do you treat me like a subordinate? I am in charge.
I turned back and tell one of my comrades, yeah, he did tell his proper name, noted down. Well, as I said, we're just following orders, sorry.
Get out.
But I need to look around. I can't obey your orders because mine came from a higher place.
Okay, and at that point, he is dissatisfied with this conversation, and he will attack you.
Oh, well, I tried.
Shit.
I kind of expected it to go down that way, but wanted to let enough time for the others to catch up if they want to, or if they could.
He does not attack you. What he does is he yells, he points at you and says, go. And then he backs it up to maybe over there. And it will now be regular initiative time. So this thing does come to attack you.
And it gets an
And
attack of...
Yeah, he gets his opportunity attack from you. And you
I don't
hit.
know why I had disadvantage.
Why do you have disadvantage? Let's find out.
I still have
You're still
restraint
restrained.
from previous games.
So you can re-roll that attack after I take off disadvantage. Oh, wait, no, you hit anyway.
It's still a hit, so
Yeah, you hit. So go ahead and do your damage.
it might have been critical, but that's fine.
Well, people always say that when they roll 2 dice and one of them's a 20, what's to say that if you had only rolled 1, it wouldn't have been the other one anyway, right? So you can never tell.
Yeah, that's why I said that, whatever.
Okay, so this guy does two claw attacks on you. And he misses. And he hits. And let's see. He also gazes at you. And you succeed on your save from his gaze, so you do not take whatever effect that might have been.
Ooh, that tickles.
And he then moves to here. You got tickled.
Yeah, that's what I said to him.
Yeah,
When it
that tickles.
that tickles.
And this guy, there's another guy that emerges to there, but doesn't do anything. And this guy comes right around, and he gazes at you. You succeed on your attack, so he claws you twice. And he misses you, and he automatically misses you. And he has an ankle twist. He is restrained till the end of his next turn. Bullshit. Let's find restrain and put it on him. So he cannot move away from you, and it is your turn, Gimrick.
In that case, I just look at him saying, oh, that tickled too. And, oh, did you hurt yourself? Let me help with that. And attack.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use Branding Smite.
Okay. Did you do your attack?
No, I used Branding Smite first, which is a bonus
Oh, okay.
action, and now I'm gonna attack.
And that's a hit. And you damage him.
And I'm gonna take another attack.
And that is a hit. And you kill him.
And I step closer to the other one after it disappears.
Okay.
I go there and end my turn.
Okay, so it'll be Megriel.
Okay. Is the mud considered a body of water? Would you consider that a body of water?
Depends on why you're asking me.
Control water, flood. It raises what it does is it makes that thing go up by 20 feet. It increases the volume by 20 feet. So if it spills over and stuff like that, there's basically 20 feet of mud in the room.
Normally I would say no, but that sounds fun, so yes.
Okay, cool. Hold on. Okay. You can cause the water level of all standing water in the area to rise by as much as 20 feet. If the area includes a shore, spills over into dry land, you choose an area. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay, yeah. So now there is 20 feet of mud in the room.
So, which one is this? Which spell?
Control water.
Control water. Okay, I'm trying to find it on your list.
It is a 4th level spell.
You don't have 4th level spells showing on your list.
I should.
Why do you not?
Is it black?
Don't know.
Is it being scrolled up? Is it black?
No, I have. She's got open slots for every level, but on her list, I only show spells for 1, 2, 3. Oh, there it is. Control water. Okay, I don't know what happened. I don't know why I couldn't see it. You control any freestanding water inside an area you choose. That is a cube up to 100 feet. Okay. You can repeat the same. And you're going to flood. So you cause the water level of all standing water in the area to rise as much as 20 feet. Okay, so basically what I'm understanding is there isn't enough mud in there to, there's only that amount of mud. There's only like a 5-foot deep pool of mud. So
I was assuming that was the mud that was connected to the flow from the other side.
No, it's not. It's just a little 5-foot pool of mud. So I'll let you take that back if you don't want to do it. But basically, you're dealing with like 20 or 10 by 10 by 5.
Yeah.
So 10 by 10 and then 5 foot deep is all there is. So if you brought it up and dropped it, it would, and that's what I don't understand about control water. Can you move the water and then drop it, or are you adding to it? I didn't really read through the whole spell, but once I got to the part where it says, yeah.
It's really confusing.
I think if it was a large body of water like ocean or river, then it just increases because it
Right.
drains more from the income. But I would think that at this point, if you want to, you can raise that pool and drop on M and IR, and instead of where it is, you would move the whole thing into them, for example. because it
Right, but
doesn't have a
this talks about
reciprocity.
this talks about like certain like 100 square feet of water for the whirlpool one. It says it requires a 50 by 50 square and all this other. There's all these kind of dimensions and shit. So the one she wants to do is not part water, but flood. You cause the water level of all standing water in the area to rise as much as 20 feet, which in this case isn't possible because there's just not enough of it. So
I think the redirect flow would be maybe applicable, kind of.
yeah, redirect flow, but then it's not flowing. It's just a bubbling. It's like basically what you could consider that for all purposes of like logistics is it's a hot tub. It's a hot tub full of boiling mud. So what can you do with a hot tub full of mud? You know what I mean? I don't think she wants to use it.
Okay.
So if you're going to take that back, you can.
Yes, I am going to take that back. Most definitely. Okay, then.
I should have just made it easy and said no. Mud is not water.
You should have.
But it sounded really fun. I wanted to like, what the hell is she gonna do? Let's do it.
Well, my thought was I was gonna like flood the entire room with mud, with using the flood ability of that, and then use another ability called whirlpool and make it a big old freaking whirlpool of mud, sucking all the big guys in because they have to make a athletics check or they get sucked under, kind of like a riptide.
I like the idea.
Awesome.
I totally like the idea. As a matter of fact, I like that idea so much, I'm just going to say you can do it. Just because for storytelling purposes, that sounds fucking awesome.
Okay, so I have an unending well of freaking mud sitting there. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Well, now that I read the description again, it does say that the mud is only 5 feet deep, but it says that it's being heated and boiled from a volcanic vent below the surface. So who's to say how much mud there is there?
Exactly. That may, that may only be where the shelf for the mud sits.
Right.
Is at 5 feet. There could be a vat of it underneath.
So how much of this? So are you going to use that spell twice? Once to bring it out, and the second time to turn it into a whirlpool?
Yes.
Okay,
but
so
I have to do it in two separate.
Yeah, you have to do it in 2 turns. Okay, so first of all, you move 20. You can move up there. That's 30, and then you can see your area. Yeah, and how big would this? Draw a circle on how big that would be. Then I guess I don't know. No one's ever used control water in my game before. That's fucking cool.
Like that?
Yeah, I guess. Well, it says it would fill the area. So how are you? What brain process did you use to make it 30 feet radius? How did you come to that decision?
Oh, that was just as far out as my pointer would go.
Oh, okay. So it says fill the area. So yeah, I'm gonna assume. Let's just say that's fine.
The room. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say though that if you're gonna do that, I'm gonna say it's gonna be this. Hold on a second. I'm gonna say it's that.
Oh, jeez.
Because that goes to the edges of all. It goes to the edges that of this where you guys are. That's pretty much where the room ends, and then it goes to the ones you can't even see. But it works out to where it's the whole edge. So basically, that's all filled with mud now.
By the way, just a quick question. Since I stepped in, do I see the rest of the walls or the rest of the room?
Yeah, you can probably see 10, 20,
for that 3
30,
seconds before everything is filled
40.
with mud.
Okay, and then the whole that whole area is now filled with mud. I guess that just happens instantly, so does... It's all filled with mud, making it all difficult terrain and kind of gross and sloshy. And then when it comes around to your turn next time, you're going to turn it into a whirlpool. That's going to be fucked up. Okay, anything else
I
on your
know,
turn,
right?
Meg?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, so this Mirage Virani is like, what in the hell is this? And he gets crazy pissed. And he's going to try to swim out of it. So it's difficult terrain, and also, I guess he has to make a swimming check. He doesn't have. So he is going to...
I think swimming is athletics now.
Yeah, but he's not going to do that. He's going to do something else. He's got quite an arsenal at his disposal here. 6 inches thick and composed of 10 foot by 10 foot panels. Okay, give me a second, guys.
Sure.
10 by 10 foot panels. Each panel
I just
must be...
hope someone will help me get out of this.
Has anyone ever used Wall of Stone before? This is fucked up.
If you
I
see,
did in 2nd edition, but not in 5th.
actually, the guys in Critical Role, they used it a lot of times, and it worked usually fine.
But it's a 10 by 10 foot panel. It says you can compose 10 by 10 foot panels, but it doesn't tell you how many panels. Maybe that's based on the level you cast it. I don't know. I better hold on. Rather than read it off the monster, I'll read it out of the spell book.
And is composed of 10 foot by 10 foot panels.
Oh, 10 foot, but yeah, 10. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
And the next one is, I guess, that instead of 10 foot by 10 foot, you can create 10 foot by 20 foot, but half that thick.
Okay, so what this guy does is this M guy creates he creates 10 by 10 foot stone things below him, and he makes it so that he can walk away out of the room to the northwest. And that's all he does. But he created a situation that disallowed the mud for him only and walked away.
Nice.
Don't worry, Boyo. I'll get you
Now,
later.
this stone melder is like, fuck all this mud bullshit. So it's difficult terrain, so he's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. He comes right over to Gimrick and does nothing. Zook is like, what the fuck is going on, you guys? What's up, you guys? Zook is Cartman now.
I get an attack of opportunity at Stone Melder.
Zook is apparently also high.
Did you not already take a reaction, Gimrick?
Yes, but after that I took my turn, so I got it back.
Okay, yeah, go ahead then.
I just shot him that you shall not pass.
Okay, did you, oh yeah, and then you take your attack and you miss. Zook is going to go 10, 20, 30 to right there. And he's going to shoot at the stone melder. Sharpshooter. Miss. Sharpshooter, miss. Zook's pissed. And it's Lordaeron.
Okay.
So
That is the
I moved
entirety of
you
my
25 feet if you want to, yeah.
or that is the entirety of my move, and I forgot I had push to talk on. Is Gimrick suffering any effects based on the what's it called? Based on the mud?
He's just in mud. He's just like treading mud as everybody in the circle is, because it rose 20 feet.
And he's getting annoyed.
And yeah, I mean, I probably should have made it like more than difficult terrain because it's mud, not water. But I mean, you know, we're doing the best we can here. So everyone's gonna just treat that whatever's in the circle until Megriel changes it to a whirlpool. It's just gonna be difficult terrain. But
Okay.
but it is 20 feet of mud, so depends on what you want to do. But if you just like doing a ranged attack or something, you can do that.
Can I aim at Nothic 2 without getting disadvantage?
Target it. Yeah, that's fine. You're gonna have a minus. You're not gonna have disadvantage, but you're gonna have a -2 to go through Megriel.
Okay. I think. Yeah, I'll take the -2 and throw a javelin at him.
Okay.
Where are you there?
And you hit.
Awesome. Okay. Can I throw another javelin, or is that the end of my turn?
Do you have two attacks? Do you have extra attack?
Well, yeah, I believe so. Let me look,
Yeah, you do. You can throw another one.
because that's how I've been able to use the Tinder Strike and the Wind
Right.
Rain, right?
Yeah. So you can throw another javelin,
Okay.
and that one misses.
Damn. Okay. Then I will pass my turn.
Okay, this guy. He's just all kinds of pissed. He comes to there, and that's all he can really do. Okay, Nothic 2 is going to come up, going to gaze at Gimrick.
You tickling me again?
He tickled you, and he was not successful, but he's going to try to claw at you a couple times. And the first one misses, and the second one is a crit. And you must flee for 1 round.
Oh my god, this gonna leave a mark! And I try to run away.
Okay, and it's not as your reaction. It's just as your on
I
your
know
turn.
in my turn, but yeah.
Right. Okay, so that's it for him. The next Nothic looks at Megriel and tries to gaze at her. And she succeeds. And he will move to there, and he'll still be in the whirlpool. And it is Gimrick's turn, and you have to flee, and you're going to take...
Question, if
Yeah.
I'm fleeing, can I still take a disengage action?
Yes, you can.
In that case, I'm gonna take a disengage action, and I try to leave this muddy waters.
Okay, so you're going to go 10, 20, 30. What's your movement? 30?
Yep.
So it's 10 difficult terrain, 10 more, 10 more. you can't get you either can't run that far or you have to take 3 op shots to run that far because you can't disengage and make it.
Right. Not even if I pole vault above the 2 shorties.
No, it's still difficult
Oh,
terrain.
well, in that case, I'm just gonna dash it.
Okay. Nothic, Stone Mender. Okay, so you can...
Which means I move even further because then it should be a 60 total.
Right. Ooh, what happened? How come you only went there? Oh, that's Megriel's movement. Why does
Oh,
Megriel...
sorry, I because she was on the top where I
No, but
continued
Megriel,
dragging
did you mean to move at the end of your last turn and I didn't do that, Megriel?
No,
No.
I dragged it before.
Oh, you
because,
did. Okay. So
I
10,
tried
20,
to drag it
30.
from the end of mine. Yeah.
So 35, and then you still have to be fleeing, so 40, 50. We'll say you went to there. Because that's 60.
Cool.
And then I got to give you your 3 op shots. Oh, that guy hit you, damn it.
I can take it.
And then the Stone Melder does a melee attack. Now he hits you. But it's an op attack, so he can't expend a spell slot to do the special damage. He just hits you. Alright, so it is now Megriel. Here comes some fucked up shit, everybody.
All right, I'm gonna turn this big old thing into a giant brown toilet bowl. Swirling, swirling, swirling. Everybody in there needs to make a DC 14 strength or athletics check or take 2d8 bludgeoning.
Okay, so go ahead and target all 4 of those guys and get them.
All right. Let's see if they make their saves. Ooh,
Half of them succeeded and half of them failed. So they'll go ahead and apply the damage. And it doesn't move them.
That I don't. It turns into a whirlpool, and because I'm assuming that because of the suction from the mud thing, it's basically like a toilet bowl action. Sucking them
Right.
down. I don't know. That's a GM call, I think.
This effect requires a body of water at least. You can cause a whirlpool to form in the center. The whirlpool forms a vortex. Any creature in the water is pulled 10 feet toward it. Okay, there we go. Creature can swim away from the vortex by making an athletics strength against your DC. Okay, so...
And they get the damage when they actually reach into the vortex. The center, I guess.
Yeah, so they did not take that damage, Susie.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's the so I got to go back and give them 13, 13, 6, 6. So Nothic 2. They take it when they get to the vortex.
Yep. Sounds good.
Stonemender gets 13 back. Nothic 8. And Rudenmorth. Wherever the fuck he is. Where is he? Ah.
R.
Yeah, no, I just couldn't find him on the. I know who he is, I just couldn't find him. Okay, so these guys all get pulled 10 feet. 10. Okay, and that's Megriel's action. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Let's see what this guy's gonna do, everybody. $10, $20, $30, $40, $50, $60. I'll go to that. Okay, so Stone Melder's gonna do his athletics check. And what's your spell DC? It's 14. Oh, he made it.
14. Yeah, he made it.
Okay, so that just means he can. What is it? What did it say? I've already forgotten. Does it? I should just leave that open. Jesus Christ.
Creature can swim away from the vortex, making a strength check.
Okay, so he can go away but it's still difficult terrain. So
Yeah.
he can go 30 to there. And he will try Acid Splash. And he misses Megriel, but he hits Lordaeron. And it is Zook's turn, who's going to shoot. And he'll still shoot the Stonebender, because he don't like that guy. Sharpshooter 1, miss. Sharpshooter 2, miss. Tad could probably do a better job. It's very disappointing to me that he's still not here. We might have to not. That's twice he's missed so far. Well, 1.5. Okay, Lordaeron, you're up.
Can I hit the Nothic 2 from where I am, or do I have to step into the mud?
You cannot hit from where you are, but if you stepped into Megriel's space, you could do it and then step back. So just don't even move your token. We're just going to say that you step there and then move back.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that and attack him with a javelin.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Jesus.
You just missed. And I don't think you have other javelins, right?
No, I'm completely out of javelins now.
Do you have anything else that's ranged?
No, I do not have any other range.
Okay.
I think I'm just gonna have to tough it out and go in there with him.
Okay, so you're gonna move in?
Yeah.
Okay, you can do that.
Okay. I'll move in here, I guess.
10, 20. You can't quite get that far because that's 40 feet. You can get to the one next to it, to the right. It's 10 to go through Megriel, and then 10, 10 again, right? So that's 30 feet. And then you can still attack Nothic 8 if you want.
All right, I'll target him with my Tinder Strike.
And that's a hit.
All right.
Lordaeron bravely enters into this whirlpool of mud.
I'm going to use Divine Smite. Give me just a second.
I'm calling it a swirlpool because it's mud, not water.
And then let's roll damage for the bitch.
Oh! That was a good one.
Why was that so much?
Because you did Divine Smite, and
Like, I'm not complaining. I'm just surprised. That's a lot
Well,
of damage.
it's 2d8 plus 2d6 is Tinder Strike, right?
Tinder Strike is 1d4 plus 5 plus 2d6.
Okay, and then Divine Smite is...
Let's see, Divine Smite is 2d8.
Somehow the Tinder Strike effect says 2d8 plus 2d6 itself.
Apply Tinder Strike to your character, Richard.
So attack myself?
No, just apply the effect.
What do you mean? Just do an attack roll? I mean, a
No,
damage
no. Just apply Divine Smite to your character. Just apply the effect like you
Divine
always do. Yeah, just apply the effect.
Okay, because you said Tinder Strike, it confused me.
Oh, sorry. So Divine Smite is 2d8 radiant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, where'd that extra 2d6 come from? There's an effect on your character right now that is not labeled called damage 2d6 radiant. What is that?
If it's radiant damage, then it sounds like a smite. But the only effect that I have on me is Divine Smite.
Not true. Look at your you have a effect. You have Aura of Protection, you have Heavy Armor Mastery, you have Drown, you have Wind Vane. And then there's one called...
You use Branding Smite.
Okay, but that's not labeled. So you need to go into that effect and label it so that when this happens in the future, we know where the error is instead of having to do all this research. But now we know what happened. So I'm going to take that effect off. I'm going to take Divine Smite off.
How did that happen, though? Because I didn't click on it.
Well,
in one of the previous turns, you did say that you are using Branding Smite.
Yeah, but I attacked. It should go away after the attack, right?
well,
If
if it hits. You don't. I try to tell players don't apply the effect unless you hit, because if you apply it and then you miss, the effect stays on your character. And
but
then
I didn't miss. I hit it. I remember specifically.
Okay. I mean, I'm not getting on your case. I'm just saying, like, that's what happened. So we need to take away 4 of the damage you just did from the guy. Which means he's still alive.
I'm just confused as to why it continued to apply it. I'd like to try and prevent the problem in the future.
Well, okay, I'll look at your character right now and figure it out.
Branding Smite is actually staying up for 1 minute, and within 1 minute, the next attack that hits will get the extra damage.
Yeah, but when I cast it, I cast it when I hit, and I did damage with the Branding Smite.
Right, but you did not. You have Branding Smite coded wrong. First of all, it's not labeled, so let me label it. Go open that up and watch what I'm doing, Richard. So you have it targeted as self, right?
Okay.
But down on the bottom, you see where it says expend and it says never?
Hold on.
So magnifying glass, open up the box that's Branding Smite.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Okay, so I typed in Branding Smite so that when you put it in the combat tracker, it has a label so that we know what we're working with. And you have it set for 0 rounds, which should be 1 minute, right?
Well, that's what's his name had it set for, because he set up the Branding Smite, not me.
But it wasn't set for 1 minute. It was set for 0 rounds. So we're just fixing it. Okay. Yeah, I'm not blaming you. I'm just telling you what we're doing to fix it. And I want you to understand what it all is. So Branding Smite, 2d6 radiant, right? For 1 minute. Yeah. So when you apply that, as it stands right now, when you apply that effect, it'll stay on your character, hit or miss, for 1 minute. So what we need to do is down on the bottom where it says expend never, yes, on next roll, exactly. It should say on next roll. So now it'll stay on for 1 minute or until you actually hit with it.
Actually,
so now it's good.
Mine one said that expend on next action.
Yeah, next action or next roll are very, very similar, and there's intricacies as to why those are different. But I've never figured out why they are different, so I always use next roll. We can look it up, but trust me, next roll works.
Okay, and by the way,
I don't want to spend the time right now to look it up. I'd rather continue with the game.
Right.
Thank
I just
you for
want
helping
to
me.
mention that I figured out why was the extra bonus damage legal for Thunderstrike, because instead of using a two-handed weapon and using a bonus action to attack with the second weapon, he used two different attacks with two different weapons.
I don't know what your point is.
The thing, that with the second weapon, you can attack without the bonus damage.
Yes.
Negated with a fighter. It's because if you have two weapons in your hand, you attack with the normal as an action, and you can attack with the second weapon as a bonus action. And in that case, it doesn't get the damage bonus.
Correct, but
he was using two separate attacks, and in that case, the damage bonus gets because it's a normal attack instead of a secondary bonus attack with the second weapon.
Oh, right. He was using two actions. I see what you're saying. Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, that whole thing about it being illegal is not true. It was all legal. So then by him taking that feat, what advantage does that give him?
That he can take an extra bonus action to attack with the second hand weapon, and now that also gets the full damage modifier.
Right. Okay. Fantastic. Okay, so Lordaeron comes in. He does his damage, and that's the end of his turn because he did javelin and he moved. Okay, so now it's this guy. So he's got to make a athletics check to keep from getting pulled against the thing. And he does. So he is going to move toward Lordaeron. And he's going to use his Warhammer. And he misses. Because he sucks. And it is now Nothic 2 who needs to make his athletics check. Which I rolled twice. He failed. He gets pulled 10 feet. And after he gets pulled 10 feet, he'll move 30 feet. And be done. Oh no, he isn't done. He's going to gaze at Lordaeron, and Lordaeron succeeds on his save. So,
fuck you, Nothic.
Yeah, fuck you, Nothic. Okay, so this guy's got to make his athletics. And he makes it. And so he will gaze at Lordaeron. Lordaeron does not succeed. And for the first time, he takes 3d6 necrotic. Oh.
Shit.
And now, except that I applied it to Megril by mistake. So I will fix that. And now he will attack with his claws. First claw is a miss. The second claw is a hit. And it is now Gimrick's turn. Gimrick does not have to run away anymore. He can come back.
Gimrick realizes that, what the f am I running away? I mean, yeah, the mod is bad, but not that bad. And let's see how far can I get back. If I'm there, can I hit anyone with thrown weapons?
Target. Oh, Nothic 2. Yeah, I'll say you can get Nothic 2 with a -5.
Do I have anything for that range though? Right, I have javelins.
Yeah, so just mark -5 and you can hoist a javelin.
Oh, actually, my magic missile wand recharged during the last rest, so I can use that one.
Okay.
Can I see anyone else that I can target, or just that Notic?
I'm gonna say you can just see him and Lordaeron.
In that case, I'm gonna only use 4 charges.
Okay.
No, just 3.
So 5 magic missiles.
Yep.
Okay, go for it.
So that's 5d4 plus 5.
Yeah, just click it 5 times after you target.
Nice, dude.
Or well, except for that you didn't do damage.
Oh,
So,
sorry.
Yeah, hold on, I'll fix it. Okay, so you killed Nothic too.
Eat this.
Eat it.
That ends my turn.
Okay, so Megriel. Is that a pool of what's it called? The concentration? I guess.
Yes, it is.
Okay, but you haven't been affected by anybody, so you're still good.
Nope. This really isn't doing anything to them. They're just gonna keep making their saves and shit
Yeah,
like that. So
if they hit the circle in the middle, they take that damage.
yeah, but at this point they're not moving enough. They're not moving enough to hit that circle. So I'm just gonna chuck it in my bucket and drop the entire spell.
I think if you keep it up and use the whirlpool again, it again pulls them 10 feet.
As long as I keep it up, it'll and they keep failing. If they fail their athletics checks, they're gonna get dragged. They're only gonna get dragged 10 feet, but they're moving out 30. So it's not worth it.
Right, but unless
too
you're gonna cast some other concentration spell, it's free for you to leave it going.
Okay, well then I'll just leave it going.
Unless you want to
happens,
drop it
happens.
because Lordaeron's in it, then I could understand.
Well, I'm curious. If they get pulled back 10 feet, I know I also get pulled back, but if they get pulled back 10 feet, does that mean that I get an op attack on one of them?
No, because op attacks don't apply to forced movement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's not having it's not doing what I wanted it to do, so it's not worth having it.
Right, so you want to just drop it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Just kill it, and I'll just.
So I'm going to say rather than it just disappears and everybody falls 20 feet, everybody just slowly sinks back to the floor.
That's fine. I'm just gonna chuck my hammer at that douchebag because he's just
Okay.
pissing me off.
And that's a hit. And that does some extra damage. Nice. All right, this fucking guy. $10, $20, $30, $40, $50, $60. It is now who? Oh, Stonehinder. He kind of does a little who, what, where, why, when. What was that mud crap? What the fuck? And he will then target Megriel and Gimrick with Acid Splash. And you got one
Wait,
of you.
if I couldn't see him to attack, how can he see me to attack?
He can't see you, but he can see Megriel. and Acid Splash bounces off onto the next adjacent person.
That unfortunately makes sense.
Unfortunately. Now this Zook, who can still see the Stone Mender, is going to shoot. Sharpshooter, it's a hit. Sharpshooter again, and it's a hit again. And Lordaeron.
Okay. So I'm gonna Tender Strike that guy.
Okay, that's a miss.
Damn. Okay. Gonna Wind Vane him.
That's a hit. This should be a kill
Awesome.
right here. And it is. Somebody is dying. And it's him.
Awesome. Okay. And as a bonus action, I'm going to use Channel Divinity. I'm going to target the last two guys who are here. What's it called? Where are you? And I'm going to attempt to compel them to attack me.
Okay. Awesome.
Alrighty. Then I'll end my turn.
And Randorth, who is compelled to attack Lordaeron, will do exactly that. And crit.
Shit.
Reroll 1s and 2s and 3s on the damage roll for this spell attack. Holy shit. Alright, I'm going to do these manually. Because there's 2 of them anyway, so 2d8.
At least you didn't crit our healer.
Reroll the 3. So
Exactly.
5 plus 1 is 6. Plus 4 is 10. That's the bludgeoning. Does Lordaeron have any resistances? Yes, he does. So that's only 5 bludgeoning. And now the second attack, the second part of it is 1d10 bludgeoning. So I'm going to roll 2d10s and rerolls 1, 2s, and 3s. So 14, so 7 bludgeoning on Lordaeron. So that crit was only not very much. I think I did that right. Okay. And he only gets that 1 attack, so he's done. And it's now Gimrick.
Gimrick walks closer and tries to beat up the closest enemy.
You're gonna beat up the closest guy.
Enemy.
Yeah, enemy.
I'm not gonna hit Magriel.
And you hit Rundorth, and you kill him.
Nice.
Then I continue moving because I moved just a little bit, and I continue with Storm Elder.
Okay. You can move 10 more.
Yeah, 10. Why not?
Oh yeah, you didn't. If you're using your glaive, you only had to move 5. That's true. As a matter of fact,
I get close, so he can't run away that easy.
Okay. And you miss.
And I still have the bonus.
And you
That's a
miss.
miss.
Okay. Megriel,
All right.
pass your turn, Adam.
Sorry, I kind of always put a combat tracker under everything else, and I can't press the button.
I'm just gonna move to there so that way I have a clean shot at that guy.
All right. Gonna throw meow meow.
I'm throwing meow meow.
That's a hit. Meow meow damage. Meow meow.
Meow meow.
Okay, the guy who cast the stone wall and ran away, he's doing shit in the background. Where's he at?
Little bitch.
10, 20,
Right.
30,
Gonna take a
40,
coffee run.
50, 60. Okay, so next is Stone Melder. And he is going to attack Gimrick. Nope, he can't do
Is
that.
it compelled?
He's compelled. So he's going to go attack Lord Ron instead. How long does that last, Richard, the compelling thing?
Let me look. It tells me conditions where it ends, but I'm not seeing challenge capacity.
Abilities
Yeah,
description?
I'm looking at the abilities description, and it doesn't say how long it lasts. It just says that it ends if they move out of range or if I'm incapacitated.
If they move out of range, how would they, if they're compelled to attack? I don't get it.
Because they have to do a DC if they want to, or if they're forced out of range, they have to do DC throw.
Can they? Yeah, but so in other words, how can they get out of it? There must be some kind of save they can do every turn or something. What's that called? Channel
Okay,
Divinity?
let me. Channel Divinity Champion Challenge.
Okay, you issue a challenge.
that
Yeah, I
can
got it. It compels the other creatures to hit the bottom of each creature. A wisdom saving throw on a failed save. This effect ends on the creature if you are incapacitated or die, or if the creature is moved more than 30 feet away. Wow. Okay, so it doesn't fucking end, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's your turn. Oh. A 29, Richard, you can't get better than a 29. Okay, do your damage. I'm sure it's going to probably kill him. Oh, it might not. Yeah, it does. By 1. Nice.
Awesome. Take that
Also,
one.
it was a crit, if I see correctly.
Yeah, he critted him.
Yeah.
But the effect of the crit isn't going to matter because the guy's dead. Except, guess what?
He's not dead?
He is
Oh,
dead.
he blows up.
He blows up.
Oh, blows.
He turns into stone and shatters.
Oh, God.
And each creature within 10 feet, which is 3 of you, apparently... Okay, Lordaeron failed, but somehow I didn't target the other. What the hell? Oh, because, yeah. Lordaeron, I screwed up your targeting. So you can delete all your targets. But I need to do that again.
Is it possible for, instead of trying to dodge the explosion on myself, is it possible to try and jump in Meg's way so she doesn't get hit?
No, because it happens instantly.
Okay.
But it's a sweet thought.
Totally sweet thought.
Yeah.
I'd give you inspiration if you didn't already have it. Do any of you want to use your inspiration for trying to save against this?
You know what? I do.
Yeah, sure, why not?
What about Megriel?
I believe she said she was doing a coffee run.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear her say that. So
Crap! No, my freaking mute was on. Yeah, I'm good.
you want to not use your inspiration?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm gonna save my inspiration. I'm good.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna roll it, and then if either Lordaeron or Gimrick fails, I'll roll it again. So Gimrick succeeded. Megriel failed, but I need to give Lordaeron another chance. And he succeeded.
Woohoo! Inspiration.
Yeah, I couldn't have passed that no matter how many tries I had, so I'm good.
So Lordaeron takes 0. And Megriel takes 6, and Gimrick takes 3. All right. And he's dead. And
Anakin,
it
Lucas,
is.
you better give me that cupcake. You better give me that.
And you get a cupcake. Okay, and
What's it about cupcakes?
Cupcake cone, or else Argo's gonna eat it. He's looking at it.
you guys are pretty much done with the combat. The other guy seems to have gone away and not come back.
I
So
try to search the room, but keep an eye whether if the other guy who ran away or the Mephit who ran away tries to come back and do some funny business.
okay, so you guys are able to search this room and keep an eye out for funny business. And when you do search the room, you find that on the work tables there are several crystal staves, stone morning stars, a piece of rock armor, as well as a breastplate crafted from polished crystal. Ooh.
Damn, sounds like a lot of good stuff.
Looks pretty.
And I'll put that into the party sheet.
Currently, I have a plate mail, so unless it gives some bonuses, I'm probably better off without it. But do we want to take a short rest here and check out what we found so far?
Sure.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so I'll apply a short rest to you guys.
Meanwhile, Gimrick cough up a little bit of blood.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Let's get you guys all like, healed up and shit.
On the other hand, since we're taking a short rest, we could use some hit dice first and keep the spells for later.
Your choice.
Can someone explain to me the hit dice?
Basically, go to your main page. You have underneath your HP, you have a little hit die. You roll that, and you gain back like hit dice and stuff like that. And you get all of your hit dice back after a long rest.
No, half of that,
So
half your level.
basically, let me redo
Yeah,
what Susan
half
just
your
said.
level.
So Richard, you left click on a hit die on the bottom of your front page of your character sheet and throw it in the chat, and it'll automatically heal you for the appropriate amount of points, which is that plus your con. And you have as many hit dice as you have level. And once you use them all, you cannot use them anymore to heal yourself until a long rest. And on a long rest, you get half your hit die back, not all of them.
Of course, if you only spend half of them, that gets back to your max.
Right.
Damn it! I'm gonna leave it there. No, I'm gonna use 1 point of my lay on hands to get rid of the last point.
Okay. Okay, so I've identified all the items in the party sheet. And even though you guys are not back to any place you're going to sell anything, I'm going to dump all the crap out of the thing and into money that is just junk and that isn't magic or whatever, so it's easier to look at. So that crown of Besselmer, you guys now know that it has resistance to psychic damage, advantage on saving throws against effects that would charm you, and you can use a bonus action to inspire one creature you can see within 60 feet of you that can hear you. And once before the end of your next turn, the inspired creature can roll a d6 and add that to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. So it's basically like a bardic inspiration. And that uses one charge from the crown. The charge has 3 charges, and it regains 1d3 expended charges, not on every long rest, but at every dawn.
That's interesting.
So that's a pretty cool
That
thing.
is interesting.
Current items that you guys have in there are breastplate +1, potion of water breathing, ring of swimming, and scroll of investiture of stone. Which who can use that?
Is it a wizard spell?
Druid, sorcerer, warlock, wizard. Yeah.
Then probably Zook can.
And then everything else is like a mummified head and armor rock pieces are kind of just worthless. So you guys have a couple magic items there that you can use or make use of.
Do we know what kind of creature's head is mummified?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, if you make shit up, that's fine with me. But if it's something that looks like something I would kill, then I might tie it to my belt.
Okay, I will tell you what it is.
Being a half-orc, it seems like appropriate.
It is a orc.
Oh god.
In that case, I'm gonna bury it with respect.
You're gonna bury it? Okay. So I'll take it away because you're gonna bury it. And it wasn't worth anything.
What was the stat? Let me check what was the stats on breastplate, because it didn't say.
It's a +1 breastplate.
Yeah, but what's the default at AC on breastplates?
Yeah, it doesn't say. Gotta look up just regular breastplate.
Right, breastplate, medium armor, 14 plus dex modifier up to 2, so that would be 15 plus dex modifier up to 2. My plate mail is way above that, so if anyone else can use medium armor.
But look at the detriments to it. It heightens the wearer's urges to act in a selfish, greedy, or wicked way.
Which means loot, 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 like we do.
But it makes you unwilling to share with the rest of us.
Right. Shall we sell it then?
I would. It's a cursed item. I would. I'd definitely sell it. Get rid of it.
All right, so you guys can see about getting rid of it if you ever make it back to somewhere that deals in such items.
I think I'm gonna take the ring for now. We might find a place where we need 2 extra swim, so I guess we don't sell it for now. And I don't think I have any rings.
Well, you can't sell anything now anyway because you're in the middle of a dungeon. But if you want to wear the ring, it gives you a 40 swimming speed.
Yeah, that sounds great for now. So I'm gonna put it on my finger.
Okay. As long as nobody objects, you're fine.
I ask, of course.
You're good.
do I pull it in my inventory, or do you add it somewhere, or?
You can just drag it from the party sheet onto your inventory.
Lordodon, do you want the crown?
I mean, it's pretty, and I like the effects that are on it. But I mean, if you don't want it, I'll take it.
No,
I
go
would
ahead and take
say-
it. You
I
are
would
more than
say
welcome to it.
I would say it might be better on Megriel because first of all it's Dwarven, and second of all, if Lordaeron wants to use the bonus action to attack another time with one of the daggers, then she can't use the bonus action to inspire.
He makes a very good point. But that's something that I'm confused about. A bonus action to attack with my dagger again, because my 2-weapon fighting style. What's it called? When I read it, where are you? God damn it! Okay,
Right,
there you are. You're
so-
at the bottom.
How the 2-weapon fight works, according to the book, is when you take the attack action and attack with a light melee weapon that you're holding in one hand, you can use a bonus action to attack with a different light melee weapon that you're holding in the other hand. But you don't add your ability modifier to the damage of the bonus attack unless that modifier is negative. What you have now is that if you do use this bonus action to attack with the secondary weapon, you also get the bonus for the damage as well.
Yeah, but how does that? Wait.
So that means if you take your attack to attack with your main weapon twice, then you can take a bonus action to attack with the other weapon a third time.
But it doesn't say that in the 2-weapon fighting here.
No, because what says the 2-weapon fighting is a modifier for this basic thing, which is in the base where the attacks are in general, and yours modifies it that you don't lose the bonus to the damage for the bonus attack.
So I could have always had 3 attacks. I would have not been able to have the modifier in the third one.
Exactly, for the damage.
Oh wow. Okay, I wish I had known that, but thank you for clearing that up. Okay.
Although it kind of says that the third attack with the bonus attack is a weapon in your offhand, and that means that the other attacks are with the other weapon, so you can't use the offhand weapon twice in that round. But I guess that's not a problem.
Okay. How do I
So
I know this
basically,
is-
you attack with the main weapon twice, and then you can use with the bonus action attack with the other weapon once.
Okay, and I just I know this is a really basic question, but I just personally decide which one is in my offhand.
Kinda, but the offhand needs to have the light modifier on it.
The main hand doesn't.
Where
Oh,
do
sorry,
you...
both of them needs. Yeah.
Yeah,
both of
but
them needs.
and I think we might run into a little bit of a problem here now that I'm looking at it. Because his one is a spear. A spear is not a light weapon, is it?
Just a second.
Nope, it's not.
Nope.
Okay, so
there were a lot of...
yeah, there's a lot of bullshit in D&D that drives this crap. So basically, you can attack with Tinder Strike twice, or Windbane. No, you can attack with, well, okay, you can basically, for different reasons, you can only attack with each one of those once, or twice, but not, or both of them, but you don't get a third attack. One reason is because, oh god, this is really complicated. So let me ask you, Richard, are you satisfied with the answer of why I'm telling you that, or do you want me to explain why I'm telling you that?
Well, I just originally thought that I got extra damage on my second attack, and then he explained that I got a third. I'm just very confused.
Okay, so it is, well, you're fine to feel confused because it's fucking confusing as fuck. So I'm going to explain it to you. So in order to attack with 2 weapons, any character can do that. Any first level character can attack with 2 weapons as long as both of those weapons are light. So you have Tinder Strike and Windbane. Wind Vane is not light, so you can only attack with one or other of those attacks. Now, when you get to 5th level, you have extra attack. So you can attack with both, but because you're doing 2 attacks with 2 different weapons that aren't light, you do not get your
Third attack.
right, because you're not doing a bonus action, you're doing a second attack. You can only do the bonus action attack if you have 2 light weapons.
So I'd have to switch out Wind Vane with a light weapon to be able to get 3 attacks.
Exactly. So you totally understand exactly what's happening.
Okay. I will think that over, and for now, just attack as I always have, and maybe email you about it later.
Okay, because Drown is also a trident, which is not a light weapon. So you in order to attack 3 times, you'd have to use Tinder Strike and another dagger or another rapier or another short sword.
Okay.
Then you would get the 3 attacks. Because you'd be doing your first attack with a weapon, then you'd be doing a bonus attack, and then you'd be doing your second attack. So that'd be 3 attacks total with 2 light weapons. And you get, and because you have dual fighting, you'd get modifiers on all of them. So it is to your advantage to get a different weapon so that you can have 3 attacks.
I think, yeah, I think after this session, I'll email you about, like, maybe selling or something 1 or 2 of my heavy weapons to get a light weapon, a magic light weapon.
And if you you wouldn't, you're obviously not going to be able to get anything special until you go out of this dungeon and go back to some civilization. But if you wanted to switch to like just a dagger to get a simple 3rd attack, it's very easy to say that anywhere along in this dungeon you would find a dagger, just to get a regular dagger. If you want to give yourself the opportunity to have an attack, you can even do that now.
I think I'm going to stick with these weapons right now.
Okay.
Because I think overall the Wind Vane plus Tinder Strike will do more damage than just 2 Tinder Strikes and a 3rd.
Okay. So what do you guys want to do at this point?
I guess continue.
Which way?
Oh yeah, there's a fork here as well. Which way did M guy run?
He ran that way.
I guess let's check on him.
I agree.
Yep. Let's go that way.
As you guys start to move across the room, as you guys all sort of get about halfway across the room, he appears there. And you guys are still in the same initiative, but he says, I see that you have chosen to kill all of my cohorts. I now must take it upon myself to remove you from your very existence. Do you have any last words?
Yeah, if you hadn't been a douche canoe and just let us do our damn inspection, we wouldn't be coming here, now would we?
You better make sure that you kill us in one blow, or you are going to regret it.
Nice. I love it. Empty threats. He
I just say, my name is Gimeric Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. And I don't know why I want to say that, but I kind of feel the urge.
Okay, and he drops a shatter spell on the 4 of you. And you guys can re-roll initiatives if you want. You don't have any initiatives anymore because you took a rest.
Ah, shit.
Oh, and I'll do Zook. Okay, top of the order is Zook, who will certainly try and plug 2 arrows into this guy. Oh yeah, I gotta do his arrows. Hold on a second. I gotta recover his ammo. And 22.
Oh, yeah, we kind of Lordaeron got back
Yeah,
the
you
javelins
guys,
as well, right?
all of you guys that threw a javelin can get him back.
I have one Mardov. I think that was in the previous battle I didn't get back yet, but I assume that I got back from the previous game.
Yeah, javelins, yeah. Unless you throw him off a cliff or whatever, you're fine. Okay, so he's going to take his 2 shots. And Zook's shots both miss. And Gimrick, you're up.
I patiently walk next to him, avoiding the pit.
Okay.
There.
Okay.
And he's in reach.
Yes.
And I'm gonna use Branding Smite. So I'm gonna just mark the effect if I hit.
Okay.
Does that hit?
It does indeed.
And he can't turn invisible.
He cannot turn invisible. Okay.
For 1 minute. And I still have an attack. Which misses, I assume.
It does miss, yes.
And I can use the bonus attack to not hit.
You
Unless
can
10
use
hits.
the bonus attack to not hit. I love it. Okay, stand by, guys. I have stuff going on behind the scenes that apparently is not fucking working the way it should be, so just a second. Young bullet, bullet, young bullet. Oh yeah, there's shit going on. Okay, I'm almost set. Okay, so it's his turn. And he is very content to drop another shatter, except he's not going to get Gimrick.
Whoa.
So he does, and Lordaeron succeeds, but the other two fail, and you guys all take damage. And he will move up into Gimrick's face.
Good.
And it is Megriel's turn.
Okay, okay. Doop, 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 doop. I'm going to target that guy there, and I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on him. I don't think he's real.
Okay. You cast Dispel Magic on him, and he is real.
Okay,
Shit.
good to know.
Sorry.
No worries.
But that means if he had any ongoing spell on himself, that would end, right?
Yeah, if he had any spells on himself, that would end.
No, that's Counterspell.
No, Dispel Magic can.
No, that's if he casts a spell at me, I can cast Counterspell. Dispel Magic is what I cast.
Oh, Dispel
Counterspell
Magic.
is to prevent.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if he had like Mage Armor or something on him, it would go away.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I think the highest, if she can roll high enough for that.
Yeah, let's just see. Hold on a second. Let me find it. Dispel Magic. Here it is. Choose one creature, blah, blah, blah. Any spell of a third level or lower on the target ends. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't realize that. For each spell of the fourth level. Okay, so... let me change to him for just a second. He had shield on, didn't he?
It may have worked out in one way or another after all.
Did he not have shield? Nope, that was the other guy. Okay, so whatever happened, happened. But he is real, in fact. And did you have anything else you were going to do, Megriel?
Nope, I am good.
Okay, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 10, 20, 30, 40. 10, 20, 30, 40, 10, 20, 30, 40. Can't go through each other without difficult terrain. 10, 20, 30, 40, 10, 20. He can't go anymore. I'm not just sitting here silently. There are things happening.
I think we are being surrounded.
I'm also reading, so there's things happening that I'm learning.
No worries. Gimrick starts to hum some elevator music.
20. Has Gimrick taken a reaction?
Not yet.
Then you can do that now because this guy just came out from behind M. So you can get him.
Fuck.
I just say, and what are you, while I hit at him.
Yeah, and you do hit him. Okay, and he... Bond of the Black Earth, what the fuck? Oh, yeah, okay, he's not mounted. He's going to do his attack on Gimrick. His attacks, I should say. He's got a spear. And he misses. And his second attack also misses. This is who this guy is, but the thing he's riding is not there. It's just him.
You mean the rider is not there, right?
No, the rider is there. It's oh, wait a minute, hold on. Yeah, no, it's the guy with the spear. It's not the animal. So it's just the guy on top. In the picture, it's just the guy on top, not the big thing.
Oh, okay.
He's there without his whatever the hell that is he's riding. They usually come in. The picture shows them together because they're usually that guy's usually riding one of those things, but it's just the guy on top by himself. Okay, Lord Aran.
So I'm going to target my friends here and cast Bless so that for the next minute they have they can add a D4 to their checks and saves.
Okay,
Or-
I don't think Gimrick's within range from where. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, you're Lord Aran. You're absolutely right. You're fine.
To their attacks and saves. Okay.
Bless you, dear.
Okay, so they have Bless for the next minute. Anything else from
And-
Lord Aran?
Nope, I'm going to end my turn.
Okay, so gonna go to the next round, and it's Zook who's gonna certainly do his shooty thing. Look at that, he's got Bless. He hits once, and he misses on the second one, even with Bless. And it is Gimrick's turn.
Right. I think I'm gonna continue with Mirage because he killed my father, even if he didn't.
He killed he killed your father. He has 6 fingers.
Oh, indeed. Then I'm gonna use Divine Smite as well in this case.
Okay.
If I hit,
And you do not.
then I try again.
This time it is a hit.
I'm just gonna use a first level Divine Smite.
And you take him down.
Good shit.
And with the swift movement, I'm gonna dig my glaive's butt into that rider.
Okie doke.
As a bonus action.
Yep, and that's a hit.
Nice.
And it will be Megariel's turn.
Sweet.
Pass your turn, Adam.
Yep, I'm gonna move up to there so I
Okay.
can go after that thing and chuck my hammer at it.
Okay.
Stop. Hammer time.
Stop. Hammer time.
Exactly.
And that is a miss.
Aw, damn it!
Okay. $10, $20. That guy comes from the
Shit.
north.
We just had to piss off a Beastmaster.
This guy runs and mounts this thing, and Gimrick can take a op shot at him.
And he certainly will.
And you hit. And he will do a little something, which you guys may or may not know about. And Lordaeron, it is your turn.
All right.
Go and
Let's-
reload these bullets.
Move. Yeah, let's move.
That's a hit.
Awesome. Okay, then I will expel another spell slot to use Divine Smite. And then attack him with my Wind Vein.
And that is a miss.
Damn. Okay. And then I will end my turn.
Okay, so back to the top. Zook's going to take a couple of shots here. Zook's first shot misses, and his second shot hits for damage. And another one shows up there, and it's Gimrick's turn.
I walk a bit closer and try to. If I walk there, can I reach the guy on the bullet with the halberd?
Yeah, you can. He's considered to be on all four of those squares, so
Okay.
he's within your reach.
It's just I'm mainly targeting the guy himself.
Right. And that's a miss. That is a hit.
Then I'm gonna use a second level Divine Smite.
Damn, nice.
And then I hit to butt him.
That's a hit. Ooh, somebody's dead.
Nice.
And that's all.
Okay, Megriel.
To the boulet right in front of me, I'm going to smack the crap out of him.
That is a hit.
There we go.
All right. And now the boulet. Doesn't like to be hit on. We'll try to bite Megriel and miss. The other young boulet will Do something fantastic.
Creme brulee.
It will go here.
And I get an attack of opportunity then.
Go ahead. And you hit.
Not much, but every little helps.
Let's see. Attack on the same. Why don't I have a gore attack?
Maybe he moved?
No. When I say that, I mean that there's an attack called gore, and it's just simply not on the monster stat. Doesn't have a gore attack.
Maybe
It's supposed to
maybe
have
because one bullet and 3 young bullets, and that's one of the young ones.
Well, the young bullet has a thing called charge, and it says if the rhinoceros moves at least 20 feet in a single straight line toward a target and hits with a gore attack in the same turn, it gets the charge effect. But it doesn't have a gore attack, so I'm going to assume that's a mistake. I'm going to just use it as the bite attack instead, which hits. And does a shitload of damage. And Zook fails his save and is prone.
Man, what'd Zook ever do to you?
So this thing is going to basically do the same thing at Gimrick. But he misses. And Lordaeron, it is your turn.
Alright. So I'm gonna try and kill the guy right next to me, if at all possible.
All right.
Shit.
Miss. That is a hit.
Awesome. Okay. I'm going to expend a second level slot to use Divine Smite. And then do the damage.
Boom.
Hallelujah.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Bless
Bless you.
you.
Thanks, guys.
See, I say it like fuck you, and it's funnier. Anything else for Lordaeron? No. Okay, he's past his turn, so now it's going to be Zook. So Zook is most certainly going to stand up. Like, what the fuck?
The bless you was funny because actually he blessed us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zook does not like being in melee. He's very upset. But he will drop his crossbow and use his sword. And he hits it. And he automatically misses, and he fumbles. Cleave. One adjacent ally is also struck by this attack. Spell and suffers an equivalent of half the damage. If there is no adjacent ally, you have disadvantage on your next attack versus this foe. Okay.
Shit.
Nope, I don't have my conditions open. How negligent of me.
It's okay.
So disadvantage attack for 1 round. Or, well, actually, next roll, I should say. There we go. And that's the end of Zook's turn.
Does he have any bonus attack spells, maybe? Bonus action spells?
Zook?
Yep, being a Eldritch Knight.
I'm not
But
as
at
a, as
a
as
certain
as
level, so you
as a
cannot
D
spend
as a
time on it.
yeah. So if I could say what I'm saying, as a DM PC, I'm not. I'm just attacking. I'm not spending time on Zook because just because he's I'm DMing it. I'm giving you guys extra
Sure.
attacks and extra damage for the party, but I'm not playing the character per se.
Fair enough.
And I'm gonna ask you guys what you want to do too, because I'm not happy that Tad missed 2 sessions. He said, "Give me a chance, give me a chance, give me a chance. Let me play, and he went on and on and on, and then he missed his first 2 times. So I'm not gonna allow him to be in the game. So I'm gonna ask you guys when we're done. Maybe you can think it over for the next hour what you want to do, but I'm gonna pose the question to you guys. Do you want to continue as just the 3 of you, or do you want me to try to find another player? So think that over. Meanwhile, this boulette is gonna do some nastiness. Gonna charge in at Lordaeron, squeeze in the little space there. And try to do it. And he does.
Shit.
So Lordaeron takes 20 damage. He resisted part of it. And he fails his save and is prone.
Motherfucker.
And it is Gimrick's turn.
Does he stay wedged in there?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, the young crane bullet is too far away for me to continue attacking, so I'm gonna try to attack the one that looks kind of worn down now.
Okay, I will tell you that Young Boulette 3 is squeezing, which means he has you can get an advantage attack on him if you chose, because he's squeezing.
Yeah, on the other hand, if I can kill the other bullet, that means 1 less attacker.
True.
And I try to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just hit crap out of it.
That's a miss. That is a fumble.
Ouch.
No trigger on the table.
Good, and I still try my butt.
That time it's a hit.
And I'm gonna use a 2nd level slot for Divine Smite with the butt of the glade.
Okay. And that does 30 points of damage.
Nice.
And that was me.
Megril, surrounded by baddies.
Repeat before.
Okay. That's a hit,
Jesus, lady.
right? Getting a
I know, right?
13. A 30, I mean. Oh, somebody died.
Noise.
Yeah, the one in front of me.
Boom. So this guy's kind of, when that happens, this guy kind of slides a little bit and he's no longer squeezing.
Okay, that's fine. I'm good.
Okay, then it is going to be the next guy who's going to try to bite Zook and miss. And is going to be the next guy who's going to try to bite Gimrick. And true to form and extending the pattern, misses. And it's Lordaeron. You are prone? Yeah. I'm assuming you're going to stand up.
Oh, God. Push to talk. Sorry. So, yeah, I'm going to get up.
Okay. So half your movement to
and
get up, and you're ready to go.
target that guy. Use Tender Strike.
Boom. Crit damage.
Awesome. Okay. Oh, that's not set up. Okay, hold on just a sec. I may as well just do a normal hit. I would have done third level spell Divine Smite, but
You can apply it, and
don't
it'll
already-
crit. You can apply it, and it'll crit it.
but I don't have that set up yet.
Hold
I
on.
don't want to.
No, I can do it. Just a second. Third level.
Yeah.
That should be 4d8 total.
Did you do that?
I did not touch a thing.
Okay, so I must have done that. Oh yeah, you can't click and add dice. Okay, so hold on, I'll just change it to 4. Okay, roll your damage.
Awesome.
Fuck it, eh? Yeah, you killed him.
That's awesome. And then I'll target the other guy with my Wind Vane.
Oh my god. Bleeding out. The
Sweet!
target suffers a damage rolled for this attack each round until it's healed. Oh my fucking god. Okay, so do your damage. So 27.
Holy
Okay,
balls.
so that's Bullet 17. So he gets DMGO ongoing 27.
That's
That's
awesome.
fucked
I'm
up.
gonna end my turn.
Yeah. That's gonna suck.
That's gonna suck for him. He's gonna pretty much die the next time it becomes his turn.
Yep.
Zook is going to take action. He hit. Why? Why? Why
Less?
no, disadvantage.
Because he rolled a fumble the last turn.
Oh, he had, that's right. He
Yeah.
had, and it just went away. Right, I got you. Thank you. Oh yeah, disadvantage attack, which has now expired. However, that was a hit, so he's going to do damage. And this next one will not have disadvantage. And he's dying. So you guys have a chance to kill him before he dies automatically anyway. So Gimrick, you're up. I kind of want to
For a
see him. I want to see him not get hit so that he dies automatically. I want to see the effect.
For a second, you know what? I'm gonna ready my action, and if he doesn't die at the beginning of his turn, I'm gonna just attack him.
Okay. And Megro, what do you do?
I'm not that nice. I'm gonna hit him.
Okay. You do hit him.
No, I'm not. Oh, I do?
Yeah.
With a 2?
But it doesn't kill him.
Awesome.
Nope. That's awesome.
He's dead.
I spit at it.
I helped.
Fuck
You
yeah.
did. All right, so those guys are all done. I have to make sure and go back and make sure we have all the XP for all this. Okay, so there's that guy and that guy. Those guys, those guys. Okay, I need one more. Those guys, okay. Okay, I'm gonna dump some XP on you guys here.
Sweet.
Divided by 3, by the way.
That's fine.
Yum yum.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. All right, so y'all just got 4,000.
Jesus.
Sweet.
Nice.
So nobody's very close to leveling yet, but you do have much more on your way.
Yes, I am. I am licking it.
You're looking at. All right, so.
Yep.
Yep, we still got 45 minutes, so you guys can explore a little more.
And I guess we're gonna loot the guy who just came back, and also the guy with the who was the rider.
Oh, okay, so he has. He just had a spear. The guy, the rider, had a spear, and the other things were biting you, so they didn't have anything else. So there's nothing to loot.
How
really.
about M guy who just came back?
Oh, that guy, M guy. Yeah, what did he have? Let's find out. Well, he the treasure you got from him was what was in this room that you already got, but on him personally, let's see if he had anything. He just had a staff. It wasn't anything special. It was just his arcane focus.
Is the mod more or less back?
The mud is still
In this
there.
place?
It's circling around in that little. It's not circling around. It's just bubbling, like a little hot spring. Only instead of water, it's mud.
Is there a place? Oh, and the other guy had a spear, right?
Yeah.
I'm just a little bit pissed off, so I'm gonna chop M's head off, put on a spear, and write on a small paper that next time let us inspect. Let us do the inspection.
Okay, and your note will be seen probably by no one, but I'm sure it makes your character feel much better. So there you go. So that to the left where M came out of, it looks like it ends there, but that's a bridge, and that goes under. So that pathway continues under stone, under like a little bridgeway there, and then you have the north one as well.
Well, he went around, so we can track around and see where it connects back.
Yeah.
North or west?
Oh, let's go north. I don't feel like crawling through rock today.
Yeah, let's go north. What makes me very suspicious is that the guy who disappeared north and then reappeared east. Like, what was that about?
I'm gonna assume that it circles around.
He actually came back from the west, not east.
Well, yeah, west. I mean, sorry.
No worries. Looks like a friggin' maze. Let's follow the right wall. As in right-hand wall.
Okay, so let me open. That's a big area. I can show you guys. This cavern has a vaulted ceiling supported by 6 natural. There you go. 6 natural stone columns. Crystal growths protruding from the ceiling cast a lurid purple glow over everything. Issuing from a tunnel that descends toward the east is a loud, constant sound of stone grinding against stone.
Ooh, haha, the pick maybe?
Nah. There's probably gears of some sort.
Or someone's getting stoned.
Either
Because
or.
you see stoned, I see what you did there. So nothing, no creatures are that you can see in this area here.
Try to
Alright,
get
guys.
close to that column and look around if I can see better from there.
Just looks like an empty area.
Well, I'm continuing with my rule of right wall then. Unless the others seem to go other ways.
Okay, so you guys can see down in there.
That's how I was actually taught to do a corn maze, was to place my hand on a wall and follow it.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing as well with the right wall.
Whoa.
Okay, so I'll give you a description here. This colossal cavern is an alien landscape filled with soaring stone buttresses, weirdly twisting columns, and gargantuan shards of glowing crystal. A long path of steps is cut into the uneven floor and wends its way between the mighty stone pillars to the cavern's core. There are steps climbing to the base of a stone monolith that is constantly changing in shape, filling the great cavern with a thunderous grinding noise. And I'll show you a little bit more so you can see. And here you find some peeps.
Ooh.
And I can give you some picks too.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
So the Black Earth Guards look like that. The gargoyles look like that. And
I'm gonna call that one Lexington.
this guy
Lexington?
is basically at the altar. A closer view of his face
Will petrify us?
reveals that it looks like this to you.
And he looks like he wants to pick a fight with us.
And he is holding aloft what looks to be a special weapon. And he is saying when you guys walk in on him, he is saying the following. With this key, I call forth the Mountain of Doom, the great and terrible Ogre Mock. And you see a portal open when he says that.
Oh, hell.
And
Okay. All right. No, I cannot hit him with meow meow from here. Not without disadvantage. Because that is a long way to throw it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And we have a new player on the field.
That's fine. Bitch has my hammer.
Maybe we should stealth up so that we don't have to go through initiatives so you can have first attack.
this thing appears,
no.
and it is fucking huge. It's like huge. Gargantuan.
That's okay. Mama's going to wear it as a hat.
Everybody roll a history check.
Religion? Or
History.
definitely history?
History.
Really wish I had more of my spell slots for this.
Same here.
Agree.
Okay. What do you guys want to do?
I'm
Do
running up there. Bitch has my pick.
Wait. Before we do that, I want to use my lay on hands to get us all to full health, or at least
Good.
more health.
Do they look like they noticed us?
Not yet. They're focused on the fact that somebody just brought a god to the place.
Hold on.
But
I'm going to help us all out here.
Well, if Magia tries to run ahead, I try to grab them and say that, whisper that regroup first.
Oh, and Gimrick rolled a history check, and you know that this is Ogre Mock. And you know that, for lack of a better way to explain it without, I mean, I don't want to metagame, but your character knows that it is very frightened of this thing because as a player knowledge, this is a CR 20 character with 500 hit points.
So I whisper that regroup. That is a fucking god.
Yep.
Shit.
And I'm going to wear a god as a hat.
Meg, if you want to run it straight headfirst into this, I'll be right there at your side. Let's do this.
Guys,
Well, we got to do
guys,
it smart,
guys,
but I still want to wear
guys.
that god as a hat.
Guys, when I say this is a god, it's not the friendly one. It's the one that we want to carefully handle.
This is one of the forces of elemental evil that the princes are trying to bring forth. This is the Earth God, and the guy with the weapon that's banging or that's chanting by the monolith. His goal is to bring forth this god, which he has just done at this moment, to ruin destruction on the entire world.
So send him back where he came from, or should we hightail our happy asses out of here and get reinforcements?
We can ask for our dragon friend.
And Gimrick
Ooh,
knows
I like that.
from studying his history that the Iron Fang weapon that the Medusa has, if you bang on that monolith with that weapon, it implodes the portal and sucks the god back into it.
Okay, guys. Main target is that
get
pick
that pick
and carve a fucking big dick on that monument stone.
Yeah, call our dragon friend too, because I think we're gonna need reinforcements.
Yeah, but I think we should then take a couple of back steps. I'm still whispering because if I start to call here, they will gonna notice, and we don't have advantage on the surprise.
Oh yeah, no. We'll go into the next room and call her. Let's get that dragon booty here.
And that's what happens.
Okay, so you guys go back out. You'll just be over here in this next room. Who's calling the dragon? Lordaeron, right?
Yeah, because no, I think I have the favor.
Gimrick does? Okay, so Gimrick, beat me on percentage dice. Get higher than me. Shouldn't be hard. Oh wait, I didn't roll percentage. I rolled 2d10. Hold on.
Want me to roll open or?
Yeah, roll open. Get a higher than a 21.
Yeah,
okay,
baby.
So she hears you, and she comes to show up. And do we remember who the hell was that?
A kobold dragon.
Kobold.
Or, I mean, kobold.
Copper dragon?
It was... Yeah, copper, thank you.
Okay, at this point, do you guys think that we finish this fight in half an hour? And any other day, I would say I'm fine with staying a little bit over, but I feeling a little bit catching a cold, and I'd rather not stay over.
Right. So let's set it up, and then we'll, we'll get ready. Yeah. Because I got to find them. Because Susie and I have to go to another game anyway.
Yep.
Okay, so Monster Manual. Copper Dragon. Bring her ass. And it was a young Copper Dragon, right?
Yes.
My player wasn't here then.
Yeah, let me look at the picture of it and I'll be able to remember. Yeah.
I think it was a critical, right?
Yeah.
This was your friend.
Hello, friend.
Okay, so
can I call him Brightwing?
Sure. So you've got her to come help you.
What about the Fane of Air, the genie, the djinn? Would he be able to, if we whisper on the wind, would he be able to come help us?
I will let you use your inspiration to roll advantage on a standby. You can roll advantage on a performance check. If you get a 15 or higher, I'll have the genie show up, and that can be in the open.
You know what? I'll take it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm using using your inspiration for that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for advantage on a performance check, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
All right, here goes nothing.
It's a big deal, you guys. Oh, no genie.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, wait a minute. No, that aura protection's for saves, not checks. Roll a d4, Susie.
Bless you.
Okay. You were blessed, and therefore the genie will be here.
Fuck yeah.
Sweet.
Oh, you let the genie out of the lamp.
He was
Because
digging.
I rub him the right way.
That's right.
Oh my god.
Ain't
So
nothing
let
like
me,
a little pool of love.
Let me find him, and I'll grab him first. Let's see. NPCs.
Hey, I figure he owes us a favor. Might as well.
Super fucking awesome. Look at the big guns we can pull out when we need to.
Boop, boop.
This is the fucking time to do it.
No shit, let's call in every favor we got here.
Damn, that guy's big.
Yup.
So you whispered on the wind. And your friend showed up. So the three of you and the Copper Dragon and the Genie will be able to go into battle. What do you guys want to do about Zook? If you guys don't want me to try to find another player, I will be willing to play Zook as I have been, but he will basically just do his sharpshooter business and then, not anything else, really. But he does a lot of damage.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
I would actually prefer if a player took over and use all the abilities. And would you mind if actually we also asked around if you can have a player, or you rather keep that for your own?
I don't mind if you ask around for players, but I need to speak to that person before we bring them into the game.
Of course.
Because I have to get their commitment that they're going to play every week, and this is going to only go anywhere from another 2 to 4 weeks, I would assume. It's not going to be that much longer. You guys have already covered. There's only 2 more places to go besides this place.
If we can't,
go ahead.
If we can't find a player by next week or something, I'd be happy to take over Zook's character and play as him.
That's fine. I mean, the other thing I can do is I can study Zook myself and do. The reason I wasn't using any of his powers is I didn't want, it's for you guys to play and for me to run, and for, I don't need to be playing, and I was trying to do as little as possible with Zook to keep it going for you guys. But I realized that you guys would like to have his full abilities available, so that's fair.
And as the DM, you will have enough creatures to handle anyway, so it's probably better if any of one of us takes it over.
Well, so why don't we do that? Because I really wouldn't like to look for another player, because at this point, having a player come in, it's a tough thing, and you guys have all done a good job yourselves doing it, but it's tough. And then, what if the guy, like Tad was really super excited about this, but evidently, life happens and shit gets in the way and he couldn't make it. So I don't want to have it be where we get somebody and then they also don't show up or whatever. So I'd rather just go with the idea that Richard had, which is one of you guys can run him.
How about if we try to get someone by end of Wednesday, and if we can't, we take over ourselves. If we can, you will have enough time to check whether the guys is fine, and we see if we take over or not.
That's fine. So if anybody knows somebody that wants to play and take over a 10th level fighter, then just email me and let me know and give me their information, and I'll talk to them. And then if that doesn't end up happening, then one of you guys can just run Zook and we'll take it. We'll just do that.
That'll work.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
So do you guys want to? You called the dragon. You called the Djinni. Do you want to say that you? Oh, here. Let me show you something else on the map too. You guys could have gone down a little bit south to the area here, and you would have discovered an empty. Just south of you now, I opened up a big area. That was where all those boulets were hiding, and so they're not there now, so that's just an empty area. So you guys could probably, even in the area that you are now, probably not, because there's activity right next to you, but you guys could probably go down a couple rooms or whatever and even attempt to take a long rest and hopefully not be interrupted, especially since you have a genie with you.
Might not be a bad idea, especially since I don't know about you guys, but my spells are kind of running low.
Yep, that's really great. And I probably
Yeah.
will gonna change my prepared spells anyway. I will look it up until the next time.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to apply a long rest to you guys. So when we start next time, you guys will be able to go in there fresh with your friends and more than likely die anyway, but that's cool.
One more second. If you give the Zook's character to Richard,
Yeah.
then he will have a copy on the local, and he can study the abilities offline as well, I think.
Oh, Richard, you can claim Zook now. He's not claimed, so you can claim him as well. You can go to the PC window and claim him.
Okay, cool.
So in case if we don't
Yeah,
find anyone, at
so
least you
now-
have still time to prepare for that.
When you go into your manage characters, Richard, if you open this campaign and manage characters, you should see Zook there, and you can open his character sheet and look at it and stuff, even when we're not playing.
Awesome, cool.
Okay, so I think we're prepared for you guys to jump in next time. And it looks like it should be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I guess I need to find out what a copper dragon and a Djinni can do. That's gonna be awesome.
At least you have time to prepare for that as well.
And you guys might want to. I have an idea in my head, but I'm not going to coach you because I don't want to give it away. But you guys might decide to come up with an idea, and you have a week to think this over and to do something or take a preventive measure in case there's a total party wipe. Take a preventive measure to have something done if that happens. I'll leave that up to you to figure out.
And one more thing, if you don't